Mic test, mic test. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Buddy Bison stream! I hope we're all having a wonderful day. That's hell, folks. I hope we're all having a wonderful day today. Hi Fontano, how's it going, my fine sir? Yeah, so today, starting a bit late because I went through the bad you. Ooh, well, my day's pretty good. Went through work, then went and purchased a mattress. And it will be delivered on Friday. So, you know, big ticket item just being added to my shoulders to financially cover. But hey, that's what financing is for. But yeah, overall, fun nav hater over here. But overall, been pretty good for me. Had a really quick dinner because I just got home like probably 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, where I made some scrambled eggs in the in the microwave with some frozen meatballs, and then ate some ate some baby carrots as my vegetable. So yeah, quickly did that. Because I didn't want to delay the stream any further. Excuse me while I turn on a fan. But yeah, so that's what my day's been, because I went and got a mattress, because my the mattress that I'm currently using is one that I've been using essentially since I was like 9 or 10. After me and my brother stopped using bunk beds, and I was like, you know what, I'm a working adult. I should probably get a mattress. That way I can like sleep through the night fully, instead of waking up halfway through. So that's what I did. But 10 or 15, which was it? The story is falling apart already. 10. Oh goddamn shit, you're right. Probably 15, I would say. But you said your day isn't going too swell. Hope it's nothing too bad. Hope it's nothing too crazy. See, I couldn't remember where I finished my save, which is why I titled the stream, Are We Going to the Sewers Now? Forgetting that we literally finished right in front of the castle. But I'm not going to change the stream title. Because, you know what? We still might go to the sewers. Who's to say? The game is to say, that's who. But until we get out of Grancel Castle without going to the sewers, I'm not making any claims. Well, there doesn't seem to be anyone inside. Well, not alone, though. Be careful. They're gathering. What? Oh, it's ghosties. It's Inky, Pinky, and Clyde. It's not for a while, but do visit some sewers. Okay, great. Here comes the welcoming party. Oh, goddess. Grant peace to these poor lost souls. They're not how you remember them, though. Okay, are they better? God, I'm very tempted to just use Joshua's S-Craft right at the gate, but I don't think I should. But of course, once again, I can't use any of my, can't use any of the ones that, like, I just got Titanic Roar on Kevin, but he, oh so conveniently, does not, these enemies oh so conveniently do not get hit by, do not get hit by, Earth. Great. You can't believe you forgot Blinky. Dude, I've been thinking, like, if I can get a totally legitimate PS2, do you remember those old, like, 3D platformer, Pac-Man games? Like, the ones that even have, like, ice skating levels? Like, downhill, like, those? Because I remember playing one of those at my friend's house and really enjoying it, and I'm tempted to get a totally legitimate PS2 and play some of, like, those older games. Like, are you serious? They're immune to freaking arts? Curses on. Or, oh shit, is wind the... Wait, no, wait, Earth? Oh my god, I'm an idiot. It starts on Earth. These guys are totally affected by... I'm an idiot. I am a fool! I thought it started on not Earth. Oh god, because it goes Earth, Water, Fire, Wind. Ah, goddamn! I totally could have been using it. Okay. You know what? Take away my complaint that you know, that one was my bad. I should have realized that I was the dumb one all along. Who'd have thought? Buddy Bison, the dumb one. Everyone in their right mind would have thought that. Let's just do this. Yeah, just do Shade. There we go. We made a smart decision. Finally. But how's Xenoblade going? Did you actually finish it on Saturday? Right, because that was the last time I think we talked. Saturday. Yeah, because today's Monday. This wasn't what I wanted to find. Where's everyone gone? No, but we should start looking right away. Even if no one's here, we might be able to find some kind of clue as to where they are now. That's why they were immune to wind. They hogged all the sapith for themselves. I can only hope so. In particular, we should focus our search on the throne room, royal guard room, royal keep, and the sealed area. Those seem to be the most likely areas to house clues. Okay, well, let's go to none of those. Because we got places to be. I found Tierra Bam! How many chests could a chest checker check if a chest checker could check chests? I am proud that I did that first try. How is this not a sneak attack? I'm calling hootenanny bullshit. Okay, so you know what we're gonna do? For that Titanic roar we didn't get to do before, I'm gonna do one right now, bitch. Boom. Bang. Ow, you bitch. Oh, there's two of those bastards. Whack. Ah, yeah, fucking attacked me. Bam. Boom, boom. About that wahoo. Wahoo! Ugh.
Done yet. We're not done yet on Ichigo Kurosaki.
Yeah, so today's been pretty good overall. I'm happy. Oh yeah, I should probably unlock this. Been pretty good overall. Looking forward to later this week, honestly. One, for the bed to be delivered, but two, because I plan to do a pretty... Well, I guess I could say on Wednesday, I beat Xeno 2 days ago. Very good, very good. Very strange ending. Yeah, I'd say that's the case with Xenoblade 2 as well. The ending, more like the lead up to the ending is very strange. The ending itself, I would say, isn't strange necessarily. But a good ending nonetheless. Let's just do this.
Let's end this. Boom, bitch.
Boom, get out the way. Bang, you died. And I'm gonna poke you to death.
For the sake of my master.
I'm willing to bet that I forgot to get Joshua's better weapons. Even though I think I unlocked all his stuff and went through his orbment. I'm willing to bet that I forgot to buy his better weapons. Now, I'm going to hold off purposefully, because we might find better weapons in the dungeon. If in an infinite number of parallel universes, I have more treasure to give you. Not in this one, though. Hello, Doctor Strange. Okay, so we got you. I had a first-time chatter join that stream. No idea why, since I labeled the stream finale. I mean, it's one of those things, right, where, like, even on YouTube, where you get the most views on the first episode of a series and on the last episode. And it's like, oh, you want to see how it ends or how it starts? And it's like, you always, in your brain, you're always like, oh, it makes more sense for people to join the first one. But then people will just join the last one because it's like, you know, I wanna know what happens. But yeah, it's always nice to get first time chatter. First time chatter. Ah, bitch. Yeah. But it's one of those things where with Xenoblade coming out, Xenoblade 3 coming out, I'm tempted to stream it myself, but I already have so many games I want to stream that I'm probably going to delay it more so. I'll probably wait until you play it and finish it. that way you can drop by and we can talk. Have you had a good meal in you yet? Got your weapons polished, taken a bath? No? No, you haven't taken a bath. Oh, dude, burn. Burn, he's saying was smelly. Okay, treasury doors are locked. Great. Damn it! No stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. I said, God damn it! I turned slightly. Fuck kids. Yeah. See you later. Going out to heal over here. I need to get all my CP back too. I know I could go back to the back and just go all the way to somewhere else. This is my description of the ending. We E7'd our way into an SMG and then wound up TOSing our way into SMT5. Love it. This is a nice chest. This is also a haiku. Chest, 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 chest. That was supposed to be a... Okay. We JRPG'd our way into other JRPGs. Through JRPG means. I shall await your answer at midnight. From my heart to yours, Jubilee. Yes, indeed. Okay, so... where's the sealed room? I thought it was... Field 2. What were you hoping to find? One of the Septarians? Honestly, that would be pretty cool. They just put that shit in a chest? Okay, so let's put defense... Oh, no, that was shield. Okay, that's win. I thought it was defense. Do I have anyone with shield 1 on? I don't think I do. Doesn't seem like a me thing to have. I don't really use shield. Hell, I don't even like using defense, but I want a Titanic Roar, specifically. Okay, so that pops out there. And does this pop out in any useful way? That comes out over here. Really, no chest in here. What's the point of this? Bastard.
You bastard, man.
And I already checked over here, and there is just the chest over there. Okay, so time to go upstairs, because we have exhausted our search. Okay, anyone? Nope. Okay, so that's a fight. Oh, God damn it, son of a bitch. Why do you all have to trail behind me? Why can't you hug me? Why can't you just be on me? Why must you be at such a distance? Why can you not just exist in a decent way? That's gonna hurt. Point. Die. There we go. Shoke just dropping plot bandages here in version. Yeah, you know, here's a plot. Yeah, you know, don't worry about it. Told you that in Zero Kai they took out hitboxes for non-lead. Yes, you did. And I'm like, that's the best thing ever. Like, instead of having the frickin' Peanuts gallery just following behind me and getting me into fights that I don't need. Like, because the thing is, right, I have Senton because I basically needed to be able to get Titanic Roar. But still pretty annoying. Are these guys? Okay, good. Still pretty darn annoying, and I don't really have any great ways to deal with all of you fellas. It's just like, this doesn't make sense. It's probably because we haven't figured out how it makes sense yet. I mean, honestly, I feel like in a lot of JRPGs that is just straight up the case. Where it's like, this seems nonsensical until it isn't, until it's sensible. Oh, goddamn. Yeah. There's a line in the game, Melly. Does that make sense? Shook. It could do. It could do. God, son of a bitch! You whore. All I want is for you to leave me the fuck alone, Jerry. I just want to open my chests in peace. God. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take the fight. Gonna take the fight. I need the CP anyway. Gonna whack you, gonna stab you, gonna kill you. But yeah, so buying a mattress, at least the one I got, like, I'll say I splurged a little bit on my mattress because you know what, I'm gonna sleep in it every night. I was thinking about it. It's like first week of owning the mattress. Let's say I sleep 8 hours a day, 8 times 7. That's 56 hours already of use. First week of owning the mattress. Most items that you buy probably take a long time to get 56 hours of continuous use. So, you know, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna treat myself. Especially because I'm going to be financing it over 60 months, so the monthly payment's nothing, and I'll just pay it off early anyway. It makes me sick. But, like, looking at the final price tag, I'm like, yo, this Stream Elements sponsored stream's sure looking pretty nice right now. I haven't even checked it out. I'm curious as to what it is. Because there's this little notification up on, like, my activity feed in OBS, because the Stream Elements OBS has its own like special thing, and it's like, hey, check it out, there's a sponsor stream. So that might be something I do in the future. Watch out for that. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, ooh, can I somehow can I be a lie on my bed streamer and expense it? And it's like, no, probably would not fly with the IRS to have a small-time streamer expense his entire mattress and write off a pretty darn big loss. When I have a stream where I'm lying in my mattress. God damn it! I came in here and this happened before. Fucking... Whatever. Bitch! All this reminds me of is like the amount of times I've had taken combat doing the fights, when you're going into the Rhineford HQ in Cold Steel 2, and you're going up to fight the samurai robot, like, and there's that one big enemy in the hallway that wants to fight you, and it is purely dependent on luck whether or not he's looking in a way that you can run by him or not. Otherwise, you are taking the combat. Ugh. Just annoys the hell out of me. God damn it. Die. But speaking of Cold Steel 2, on Wednesday I'm planning to do a run of it for to submit to what is it, like, is it RPG Limit Break or whatever? The one that's, or is it like the Trails? Like, it's the one in August that was on the that was in the Speedrunner Discord for it, Fontano. I plan to do a submission for that. Whether or not I get in, I don't know, but I figured might as well do a submission. There's a crab in there! You stole its home, you monster! No, the chest is still here. Falcom RTA III. Yes, that! I plan to submit a New Game Plus run of Cold Steel 2 for it. So, and I'm only doing a new run because it says like you have to submit a link, and I was like, you know what, the last time I did like an easy run was, I feel like, a while ago, and I think the quote unquote world record run is pretty old, so I figured, you know what, this will just be a good fun time to do that. In fact, I was thinking about doing it tonight instead of this, but then I was like, you know, like, on short notice, I don't want to have to try and, like, troubleshoot any issues I get with whatchamacallit, live split, like, if I do have any issues. So I'm just gonna do what I wanted to do originally anyway, and stream this. My speedrun highlights don't really make for marathon events, but I hope you have fun with that. Okay. I mean, in my case, right, it's just like, it's like, oh, New Game Plus speedrun of Cold Steel 2, one of the easier games, I would say, in the entire Trail Series 2 speedrun, especially on New Game Plus. Marathon setting, like, I feel like it wouldn't really affect it all that much, luckily. God, this room feels like it should have a chest in it. I'm willing to bet there's a chest hidden behind this counter. What the hell are these little bastards? A slime lump. A living lump of slime. Let's have a shot that rouses allies when defeated, so beware. No, but where's a Pokemon, idiot? You fool. You dumb fool. You absolute ignoramus. Ooh, dropping that ignoramus. You know what? I'll do a flicker. Yeah, boom. You just got flicked, bitch. Okay, and then we'll go with Panic Roar. Ow. Ow! Die. AoE! Love it. Okay, getting 91. How are we looking at the things? Oh god, holy shit. Okay. Surprise, surprise. I do agree that CS2 is easy. Oh, yeah, no. I mean, I will say, that is probably one of the main reasons why I chose to do it. Because I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, why did I start speedrunning? And I was like, oh, it was because when I casually played it, I got through most of the achievements. And I was like, I want to get them all. And then as I was going through it, I was like, okay, I missed the all HS achievement, so I was like, I need to go through it again. And then I was like, so I tried to do it as fast as possible. I was like, I got through this in a day. Is this an easy speedrun? And lo and behold, it was. And no one had run PC New Game Plus, so default world record holder. Considering that I learned he got sub 5 max AP in like 2 weeks, yeah. Young man's voice, stay away, stay away! I'm presuming it's Gilbert, but I don't know. That was a human's voice, wasn't it? So there's someone still safe here? We should hurry and find them right away. Okay, we're just gonna... Did I just save? Yes, I did. Okay. Could not remember. Gilbert, too. Oh, a door. Hell, hello. Bring to me the boy with eyes of amber and the princess with an indomitable will. Only then shall the door open. Unfortunately, you'll have to wait until... Trails of Gold Steel 2 until Alvin is playable. Oh, wait, you're not talking about Alvin. Oh, okay. Alvin, whose defining characteristic is wants to set Reen up with his sister. And arguably, like, that's her biggest defining trait. Other than just being nice. What did I do to deserve this? Stop! Closer, please! But also wants to get with Reen at the same time. Dude, she... Like, I feel like out of... So, the Raisei Arner family, or at least the children, I would say they're all probably into, like... I'd say they're probably all into weird bedroom shit, right? Like you can't look at me and tell me Oliver wouldn't totally be into doing some weird sex shit with Shara and others involved if she was willing. I'm willing to bet that Alvin would totally be into a polygamous relationship, including Reen and sister. And gonna be honest, Cedric hooking up with red hair freaking like chainsaw girl, probably not like super normal sexual tastes as well. In fact, every Gilbert interaction is mandatory as far as I know. Surely that's a yes. Yeah, so we have to interact with Gilbert multiple times in every run. Okay. What is this curious spectacle? Crap, I've forgotten all about him. So had I. I suppose it's no surprise he ended up here, however. Sucks to admit it, but you're right. And it sucks even more because I've got a whole lot of questions I want to ask him. The only way I'm getting them is to bail him out. I would love to let him die. It's nice that those monsters stopped attacking. Get away from him! If you're unable to leave behind your attachment to this world, allow us to help you. What are you guys? I mean, what are you wonderful, angelic, model human beings doing here? Save the sweet talking for later. First, we need to take these things out. Just stay there and don't get in our way. The bigger question is, how is he moving in between realms? Don't worry about it. He is Gilbert. He is Gilbert Stein. Right? That's his last name? Out of all the characters for me to remember the last name of, I'm pretty sure that's an odd one for me to remember the last name of. Okay, we'll just do this. Wow, that's overkill. I definitely did not need to use so many people. Whatever.
For the sake of my master.
Oh, she even wipes her sword off with a goddamn cloth. How goddamn high class. Like, she doesn't even do like the friggin' samurai flick to get the blood off. It's like, no, I will use a cloth. I am so bourgeois, I can spare a white cloth for every kill I make. I'm alive! Thank you so much! You saved it! Sword out, immediate interrogation. Now it's time for you to answer some questions for us. Is there anything you'd like to ask him, Captain? As it so happens, yes. How exactly did you come to be here? Gilbert, I believe? Do you know anything regarding how the capital came to be this way?
No, I don't. I just woke up and found myself and born here. I don't know how. I went into town, but there was no one there. Just a bunch of weird armored knights. I started running away from them, and next thing I knew, I found myself in this castle.
So you were sent to a different place than us, huh? Too bad to say it had already gone weird by the time you woke up. I was kind of banking on you witnessing whatever happened to you.
Well, boo-hoo for you.
I've got something I want to ask you, too. Is Ouroboros involved in this?
So you're here too, Joshua? But of course not. If they were, I obviously would have been the first to know.
Well, like the last. What should we do with him, Kevin? Disarm him and tie him up? It's fine, he's not worth the trouble. He doesn't seem to know anything worthwhile, and he's just getting our way, to be honest. I suppose that's true. Well, that's all the business we have with you. Kindly remove yourself from our sight. Dude, Reese is awesome. Like, we're done with you. Leave. Now. Get the fuck. I don't want to look at you anymore. And I'm an all-forgiving nun.
Think you can make me out to be some kind of useless fop, do you? Well, you'll regret this. When I find a way out of this place, you're gonna be begging me to share it with you. But I won't. You can wander here lost for all eternity for all I care.
Out of all the voices that I think I nailed down, I think Gilbert's is a pretty good one. Like, there are other voices where I'm like, this is the best I can do, given, like, any female voice, I feel like that's the best I can do. Like, that's just straight up, I can't do female voices very good. My voice is too much of a guy voice to do it. But Gilbert's voice, I think I nailed the pathetic, snivelly nature. Snivelly? Snively? He's pathetic. He is a pathetic man, and I think I do that voice pretty good. I can't help but feel a little concerned. I hope he doesn't end up causing any trouble after being left on his own. I'm sure he'll be fine. He seems like the type who could worm his way out of any situation you hand him. I believe we've wasted enough time on him. We should resume exploring the castle. Okay. Oh, god fucking bitch, I didn't see you there. I guess that's the point of a surprise, isn't it?
Surprise, motherfucker. Boom, at ya.
Oh, god damn it. Dude, this is gonna hurt. Oh, you missed. Dang, yep.
That's that. Let's move out.
That's that thing. That's that thing. Let's move out.
What are you still doing here? You're a priest for Adios' sake. Whoa, bold. Bold to call me a priest. Nah, he's totally a priest. No, whether he's a good one or not, it's very... It depends on what you would consider a good priest. I would say a good priest is someone who could get someone to want to be a part of the church, to be more devout. At which point I'm willing to bet Kevin is not that good of a priest. But he seems to be, like, good with children in that scene where he was teaching kids in the schoolhouse. Where Joshua and Estelle had that sandwich in the first game. He is the one who always declares that he is totally a priest. Yo, I'm totally a priest, okay? Dude, you keep fucking telling me I'm not a priest. I'm totally a priest. Totally. Hayes, yo! You really open me up. Yeah, I get it. It's an open pump. Yes, okay, Hayes. That is the nice one. Emmy's become unaware of presents. That is wind and other thing. But I am using you for stuff, so let us put you on someone else. Is there anyone with a wind quartz? That's range 1. That's arts effect range. You know, I don't need that. I don't need that. Oh wait, no, I do need it because it's the only one that can go there. Fuck. And that's the only one that can go there. Fuck. And I like her having move, kinda, but honestly, having hate, well actually, she's probably the next person now most likely to go in my team. So, So, honestly, let's do this, right? Because I don't use her wind as much. She doesn't have aerial. So I'd rather do this, because hopefully hopefully haze offsets scent. Like, if they're both active, hopefully it just returns to kind of normal. I feel like I'm approaching some kind of boss fight. But if it's too major of one, I presume they'll put a save point in front of me. Not a save point, but a heal point. But I'm gonna take a little safety thing. You know what? I got things. Got things. There we go. A waste of EP based on the amount of times I had to use it when there were people at full health, but oh well. Oh well. Okay. What? What the? Oh, hello there. Ghost woman? Thank you for coming this far. I entrust this to you. Please, One thing I do need to remember to do is buy some queen-sized stuff now, because my bed right now is a full. And one thing that oddly enough, you forget when you're buying a mattress is, oh yeah, I need sheets for it. And the stuff that I have now isn't gonna fit. So, I'm gonna have to say goodbye to my piss yellow stuff, which, you know, like this is the color of my of my bed. Like this lemon yellow color. And I got it because it's something that I would never have been able to get when I was living at my other place with my mother, because she would have thrown a goddamn fit if I tried to put that in her house. Rightfully so. But as soon as I was living on, I was like, yes, good. Ugly, disgusting, visible at night. Right? Because it's like, if you have a really bright set of sheets, then at night, when you only have a little bit of light to go by, you can see the bed easy. Whereas like dark sheets, you run the risk of like, I can't tell where it is, and then you'll bang your shin into like the base of the, well, I guess the base. I guess that's what it's called, the mattress holder, the base. And just hate life right before bed. Who or what was that? A ghost? Perhaps not. There was something familiar about it. At the very least, it didn't seem like any ordinary ghost. Okay, what's this? Treasury key, nice, okay. So I tried to go to treasure tour. Nah, man, dark blue blanket that I found in a parking lot. I mean, I have a navy blue comforter, but it's just the sheets. Which honestly I think makes it even better that there's such a massive difference between the two colors. Like, they don't match. True story? Okay. I imagine it's a really comfy blanket. Hey, father, I have some new Stragas inside. Would you kindly come in and try them on? Nah, you're looking for a Stell, bud. Looking for Stragas? Come on, dude. Okay, so I got an attack 2 quartz. Now the question is, do I want to... he already has attack 2 on, so yes. The answer is I'm going to put it on her. Oh, dude, she's getting Flaro! It is. It also has wolves on it. Yo, wolves! See, my brother really liked wolves, and I like cheetahs. I like things that go fast. Gotta go fast! Oddly enough, I don't exactly care for Sonic all that much. Cool design, but the games themselves, I'm not a platformer guy, as you know. As we all remember, the very comedic misadventures of me in Felghana, trying to go through the freaking temple area and failing the one jump over and over and over again. Surprise, surprise. But, yeah, I like things that go fast. Like jet skis, love them. Speedboats, love them. I remember when I was younger, I wanted to be a race car driver, and then I realized that would be mind-numbingly boring, going around in a circle all the time. And then I was like, oh, I want to be an Air Force pilot, like in a jet. And then I was told that my eyes were absolutely dog-ass, in both partially colorblind on like the Deuton scale. Like I have Deutero. I'm a moderate Deuton. That's what it's called. And also just terrible, so I could never be allowed to fly planes, let alone in the military. And now as I got older, I'm like, yes, I'm glad I did not pursue the military, because emotions change as you get older. Although I will say, I was probably in one of the odd families where it wasn't necessarily like, hey, don't join the military. It was like, if you do, join the Coast Guard. Or like, if you do, it was like, join the Coast Guard. Like, it was like, join the Coast Guard or like the people that stay here. They're like, don't join the Army, don't join the Marines, don't join the ones that go elsewhere and are really dangerous. Like, stay here. We're fine with you joining the military under those circumstances. Otherwise, because like my parents, it's like, yeah, okay, whatever, be patriarch or whatever, but you're still our kid and we don't want you to die. And therefore, we don't want you putting yourself in harm's way. So, stop. I only had boring dreams before I got rid of them. My job I wanted was toll booth attendant. Dude, I remember thinking that as well. Like, that's, like, back when I was a kid, and I was like, oh yeah, reading books is awesome. Like, oh dude, how great would it be to be like a toll booth attendant, but only get like the night shift? That way you're just in a toll booth and you got like maybe like a few people every while that you have to deal with. And then they came out, well, at least my area, it's like Easy Pass. Like on the main highways, honestly all the highways, I think, it's only Easy Pass like things. So they're like, the last time I went through a toll booth was when I went up to Vermont. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Why are you guys still using this? Yeah, that's what killed it for me. Yeah. I mean, I will say, it is nice not having to stop and just being able to go through. What sucks is when you forget that you don't have the transponder up on your windshield or on your dash, so you get a freaking bill in the mail for like $1 or something like that, and then you have to mail it. And I'm like, the postage costs more than the bill. What? You dickweeds? Doors were unlocked. You assholes. Why do I have to spend more money to send it to you guys than what I'm actually sending? You can pay those online. I mean, the last time I got a bill was like years ago when I was still in college. So maybe I was just an idiot and didn't read it closely. That's definitely a possibility. See, it was one of those things where I wished it was like, because like Easy Pass, I believe, is through like a private company, not necessarily through the state. It's one of those things where I'm like, ah, God, I wish it was just like payable to the town or something. I could just like go to like the town office and be like, here's a $5 or whatever, or something easy instead of other something, but whatever. Is this some form of elevator? Yes, it connects to the castle and a ruined 500 arch below it, but this doesn't make any sense. You're telling me? What's going on here? I'm not following. Well, when I first came to Liberal, Julia led me through this room and the area below. This isn't how this room was. It was way tidier. Indeed. To my knowledge, the room was put in order and then locked, and I was under the impression it was to remain that way. I have seen it this way once before, though. Yeah, so have I. It's exactly how I remember it being when we came here during the coup d'etat. That's what I was thinking of as well. Are you trying to suggest that we may have gone back in time? I find it impossible to believe that may have been the case, but how else could I explain this? See, the interesting thing is, right, out of the Septarians that I've seen, right, we got the Septarian of Space on the Oriole. We've got the Septarian of Fire and Earth for the Septarian of Steel in Cold Steel. We have, I assume Phantasma is the Septarian of Mirage, when that robot killed us 4 goddamn times. Then, I don't know what the tree is, if that's even a Septarian. But we have yet to see, as far as I know, the Septarian of Time. Because we're still waiting on water and wind. And then time. And now round out... yeah. Water, because earth, fire... space... mirage. Yeah, there's only 3 left. Did I tell you about the time ST theory? I don't think so. Please go on. I'm curious as to what that could be. How... Of course, I could be mistaken, and yet... Well, if we're gonna follow what that ghost seems to want us to do, then we'll keep it up and hope for more answers along the way. Time to climb on board and see what's waiting for us. Right. Please tell me it's not a repeat of the first game's final dungeon. That would fucking suck, because that place is confusing as hell. Going down in a fuck. Let's hope it's simplified. Oh my. Don't you put that down. Someone on Reddit was hypothesizing that the reason time makes no sense in Zemiri, such as the lack of seasonal differences, and the train time making no sense in CS3 is because the time ST is absent. Okay. See, lack of seasonal differences, I feel like could be explained by just having it be like, maybe the planet they're on doesn't rotate very much, and it's equidistant from whatever star it's circling, and therefore the seasons don't really change, and the only time you really would get climate change is based on where on the planet you are. Like Ymir has snow because it's north. But then that's what I would science the reason for. However, with the transcendental laws being what they be, who's to say that it's even a planet rotating around a star, right? Like, it could literally just be some crazy, weird shit. And the train time, I would say... What... How does the train time make no sense in CS3? Like, is it just because you use the train to, like, fast travel? Or, like... because, I mean, like, the way I always assumed it is, like, oh, they're on, like, a government train, right? The one that can get, like, preferential treatment. It's, like, the highest tech one. It can go as fast as it freaking wants. We're not gonna be able to get through here without a lot of preparation beforehand. Might I suggest we return to base for now? I think we should go a little farther inside and see what state the ruin itself is in first. Kinda know what to prepare for if we don't know what fiends we're gonna be up against. True enough. Let's advance a little farther before returning to the garden, then. Advance a little farther so we can teleport here. Okay. So... really, no chest there. That's surprising. Here's to hoping this is a lot less complex than the first time we came here. Yippee-ki-yay, mither flipper. This can't be right. Impossible. Yeah, because they didn't go right into an elevator. Something wrong? Something's wrong, alright. Has the entire layout of this area changed? It is, without a doubt. This area should be a corridor that leads to the first three-way junction. How is this even possible? I don't think you're mistaken. No, it all makes sense. You're probably on the right track, Kevin. You know us too, huh? Well, if you're backing me up, I'm more than confident now. What is it? Have you discovered something? Maybe, but let's head down on the elevator first. I'm almost sure the answer's going to be waiting for us somewhere ahead. Alright. Let's be sure we're ready for anything. Hey, bitch, are you ready for a boss battle? Yes? Good. Bitch. But yeah, like, I kind of want to get a totally legitimate PS2 and play, like, old Pac-Man. But I also want to play, like, Sly Cooper. Like, I'm thinking of, like, series that I want to play through. Like, I'm like, oh god, I can't keep adding more and more series onto my, like, backlog plate, right? Because I'm, like, already playing through all of these in an actually legitimate way. And then I'm playing through Battle Network. Mega Man Battle Network in a totally legitimate way. And then I have Luminous Arc that I want to play in a totally legitimate way. And I'm like, oh yeah, no, that's Sly Cooper. Totally legitimate way. And I'm like, I need to stop adding series right now. Can't find the data on train times when they are traveling. It just seems arbitrary. I mean, yeah, they got the good case of Game of Thrones season 5 travel time. Are we on the lowest floor of the ruin already? Could the space we're in be distorted? Nah, that alone wouldn't explain how the entire layout of the place has changed. Let's just keep up the pace. I got a feeling there's gonna be someone waiting for us not far ahead. Alright, let's just be sure we're ready. Be ready for a fight. Okay, so one thing, they've still yet to give me another fast travel point. Hoping they give one to me soon. Or maybe they won't. Oh, there it is. Because I have not found a I've not found a better weapon for Joshua while exploring, so I want to see if I can't buy a better one. Main gouge. Yeah, there we go. Boom, boom, boom. He doesn't need it. Okay, black pearl. Okay, wait, buy. That's the regular shop. Synthesized quartz. Defense 2, mind 2, impede 2, action 2, death blow. Okay, yeah, once again. See, so killing me with 10% success, like, I feel like death blow 1 is more useful than death blow 2. Because I feel like, it also shows where it's like 200 versus 50. Where, like, having a passive ability to just kill something rather than guaranteed. Like, I feel like this would probably be better if, like, you knew you were going to find, like, a shining palm or something. And that's even if the death blow even takes effect, which it might not. Frankly, I would believe that it probably doesn't. Let's buy a... because then there's strike, correctly strike with 10% success. Cast 2. Let's buy a couple of those, because I feel like those will always be useful, even if I find more. Don't have any impedes on. I can't remember. Did it impede in this game also do AT delay? Or in this series? Or was that added later? I feel like I asked that before, and I can't quite remember. Because I feel like it was just interrupt the arts. I feel like it wasn't... I feel like it wasn't also AT delay. Sorry, does the impede quartz in this game also give delay? Or is it just the interruption of attacks? Okay, you know what? Chances are I'm going to cast with her. Well, actually... God damn it. Nah, chances are I'm going to be casting with him because he has Hellgate and stuff. I don't think AT delay was a thing until crossbow. Okay. Well, AT delay is a thing. It's just only on certain moves. So presumably it wasn't added on impede. Because I want to be clear about that. Because Joshua has moves with AT delay. Kevin has cross gear rage. I think also has AT delay as a thing, as a move, as a ability. Okay, so let's save there. So casting a bit faster now. Everyone, group up. Everyone get in a nice square. We gotta group up. We gotta have a team talk. Okay, this is my TED talk. This is Kevin's TED talk. Guys, you got this. Never went back to the garden, because we don't need to. Kevin. Yeah, it's that smell again. The same one that you smelled before the coffin-like devil appeared. The smelly smell. The smelly smell that smells. Smelly. SpongeBob, me boy. Where's it coming from? Does Joshua also smell it?
So you noticed the smell too, did you? The dogs of the church have good noses, if nothing else.
Who's there? Open that there.
Huh?
Who are you? I was wondering when you'd finally show your face. You don't activate the monument, you have to run from the previous one back to the boss area, you know? I did that like 3 times. Jesus, okay. Oh, this is what lost you a bit of time. Okay. Because I'm guessing you went in, lost against the fight, and then... or something. Yeah, I can definitely see it being worth it to get only some of the monuments. Because, like, why waste time? But, like, in a case like that, getting one right before the boss is just like a safety measure. Unless you're going to safety save before it. No, you get teleported out in most floor boss. Oh, okay. I was wondering when you'd finally show your face. You're the lord that knight spoke of, aren't you?
I suppose I am. I do, after all, rule this land of Phantasma. Such a name is only fitting. You may call me the Lord of Phantasma if you so wish.
The Lord of Phantasma. Happened after floor 1, which sucks because that has the elevator. Oh, lovely.
Indeed. That's not a name ever mentioned in your beloved testaments, is it, Reese Argent?
So you know who I am too? Someone's brushed up on the homework. That's enough time spent on trivial greetings. Listen to me, Lord of Phantasma, or whatever your name is. If all we've seen here is your doing, then return Grancel to the way it used to be at once. Should you refuse to comply, I shall cut you down here myself.
My. Your request is so meaningless I scarcely know how to respond. There's no harm in devotion, but done in excess, it can only serve to cloud your eyes to the truth. Well, do you understand now, Julia Schwartz?
What?
I see my suspicions are right after all. The grand cell we've been fighting our way through isn't even the real thing, is it? It's just an imitation of it, almost like a phantasm. A replica of the city here, created in Phantasma.
That can't be. Could that really be true? If we assume it is, everything falls into place. Everything we thought was strange suddenly makes complete sense. How that giant black gate appeared at the city's entrance, how it ended up completely devoid of people, even how the room with the elevator went back to the way it used to be, and the sealed area structure completely changed. Am I on the right track, Joshua?
Precisely. Oh dear, you're a little too capable for your own good. If only you could be more darling and naive, it would make things much more fun for me.
Clap, you finally figured it out. It only took 2 goddamn chapters, right?
Man, it seems like we're in a JRPG final dungeon. I wonder if this is real. It's all ghost-like and spiritual and shit. Now, why the hell is this not in the real world?
Uh,
Do I look like I care about whether you're having fun or not? All I care about is Estelle's safety. Ah, but of course. Still, much like Julia Schwartz's devotion to those she serves, love, too, can serve to keep the truth forever out of reach. Is that not so, Joshua Bright?
So all this time Her Majesty and Princess Claudia were safe. Oh, Adios, thank you for your unwavering mercy.
Oh, your relief strikes me as coming more than a little prematurely. Whoever said that those you care about are safe? It wasn't me.
Pardon? No one is here and everything is different. Someone must have orchestrated an elaborate abduction and staging for some dark reason. Yes, right? Guys, we've seen a literal island float in the sky and appear out of nothing. Do you really have to try and believe everything is real? Like, there's some weird Septarian bullshit that apparently can just occur. Like, right, like, after seeing one Septarian, I feel like... Where's the fake? Get this guy out of here, right? Like, I feel like after experiencing one Septarian, I feel like that's all it would take to be like, is this another Septarian? Is crazy shit happening? Is this even real? Right? Like I feel like it takes only one, in reality, to immediately just paradigm shift the way that you would think about any interesting weird event and be like, okay, is it Septarian and is it Ouroboros? Are those two things occurring? Because if they are, doesn't have to make sense. Let's go out of left field. And they did think it could be the Oriole, but they discounted it as not an option, right? They thought it could be the Oriole, but they didn't think of other Septarians. Question, did they ever learn that the Oriole was the Septarian of space? Like, was that ever stated? Like, that was the Septarian of space in particular? Because if they weren't told that, maybe it would be like, okay, we don't know, like, the theming of all the Septarians. Like, they're not based off of, like, the elemental Sepith. And they just assume that each one is wholly unique in its own odd way. Pardon? Probably in the stories, like, it was called the Shining Ring. It's like, okay. No, because I wasn't sure if, like, Weissman had said, like, yes, the Septarian of space, or something. Maybe it was in the optional day packs for the Tower of Me? Okay. Does that contain... Think of this as a final reward placed for you to earn on this second plane. Of course, rewards aren't given for free. If you wish to earn it, you'll have to overcome a trial first. Is this the final boss of the first game? It's a demon with some weird lips and a spiky teeth and then going out to more teeth. See, whoever got to design these guys probably had a frickin' just a blast, right? Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make this weird as shit. Melia just called us a boffin. I feel confused and insulted. Oh yeah, because you're playing the after story thing, right? At this point, so the Melia's the now watch him in Turbo, yeah. Yeah. So because like what the party in that the off thing is what, like Shulk, Melia, and then like the explorer fur person. Forget what they're called. Devil. This is another of the 77 devils mentioned in the Testament. Kino and Nene are Ricky's kids. Oh, okay, good dude. Fucking power to Ricky. It's tapping it. One of the two gatekeepers of Gehenna and leader of a vast army of minions. They have the exact skills of Rain and Charlotte, though. Okay. Rostrum the Savage. Guy, you insane? How do you think you can handle something that powerful after bringing it to life? I need not worry. I have you to defeat it for me. Enjoy. Ricky had like 8 kids or something before we even met him. Damn, okay. Shit, so you drafted a father to help save the world. Okay, so what are we looking at here? So we're looking at Rostrum Bug behind us. Has poison and healing liquid. Okay. And then we got you. You don't like time and space. Slays foes of immense strength. Okay, so we got craft. Okay, so you know what we're gonna do? We're going to do something smart. What we are going to do is we are going to clock up on him. Then we're going to have him come over and attack while also doing this. Phantom Raid! There we go. That way I don't have to pulverize and crush. Yeah, okay. That way I don't have to do Titanic Roar. let's move him a little bit closer. Craft, attack orders. Walk up. Good. It's time for the Earth Wall strat. Fuck. Art. Let's start with you. Let's move you over to here so you can get the Earth Wall. Okay, now we got you. 2-hit. Okay, so it resists physical, straight up. Oh, it resists most things, it seems. Okay, so dark matter, he's weak to space, so let's do that. Art, Earth Wall on him. There we go, now he's protected. Art, tier, you, art. I have a feeling he's going to, or the boss is going to just be resistant to most things. Okay, good. So that one he doesn't resist almost 4k damage. Okay, 3.6. So that's going to be the way. Okay. So he has that. But we all have perfect guard on right now. So what I'll do is I will Titanic Roar to get that out. Craft, I will, penetrate AT delay. But instead I will, no, I don't have any impede on him, so I will shoot through him. Okay, didn't get AT delayed, unfortunate. Oh well. Arc Fencer, goddamn, you can't hit him. You can't hit that one. Yeah, I'll do that. Holy Blessing. Give him HP and CP. Worth it. That takes out of that. Good. Art. Let's just keep... Actually, do you have anything that would impede? No. Sub against 1. Okay. Then we're just going to start with Dark Matter again. Purgatorial Howl. Strength up, defense down. Okay, you know what? I'll take that. I'll take that every day of the week and twice on Saturdays. Okay. Yeah, you can't do that. Sacrifice own CP, raise CP of others. That's perfectly fine. You know what I'll do? I'll do that to allow to get Reese a bit closer to being able to just do it. 776, good. Dark Matter, 3,500. Okay, now I want you to walk over there and attack him once, and then you can S-craft on him. Strike, you do your thing, call an angel down, like a badass bitch. 4,500, good. Then you can come over here and attack, and also S-craft yourself. Probably should have waited to S-craft, honestly, because there's an attack upturn. But oh well. Nothing I can do. Triangle! Boom. Okay, so what are we looking at here? Looking at 1,383. Can I do that with any of his stuff? Cross Gear Rage? No. No, you can't get there. But I can do this. There we go. Chain! Love it. That fight, like, I love it. I love it when you get to a point in JRPG where, like, you actively know what your strat is, right? Like, it's the way that you want to play the game. And my strat is now Earthwall. Like, Earthwall. That's the strat. Earthwall, keep everyone just perfectly guarded. If everyone's guarded, then whatever charge move that the friggin' boss wants to do, unless it only affects itself, like the Purgatorial Howl, I'm good. Like, that's how I want to play this. God, that's a lot of water 7. Evade 3, cool, cool, cool. I should look, I can't remember if I have range 1 or 2, or if I even have range on Kevin. Because if I can get range 2 on him, like, and expand how far the wall goes, that would probably be best. Yeah, that thing was crazy! I can't believe we were able to defeat it. But now... That was a truly delightful spectacle. I'll take your reward. You've earned it. Nice. That one was a lot easier than the first demon. Gotta say. Also, I am a lot more equipped with Titanic Roar and Joshua's Phantom Raid and Earth Wall, so I got tools in my belt now. I'm a regular Batman.
I'm Batman.
Hey Harvey, where'd Two-Face go? Right here. Two-Face, what'd you do with Harvey? Bro, what is it, College Humor's Batman? Like, freaking hysterical when I remember seeing that for the first time. I died. It was just so stupid. Oh. Receive Sealing Stone. Thank goodness. I'm glad we got for you, Julia. Surprised you make good on your promises. Now, you ready to cut down to the chase? What do you want from us? What the hell is the point of all of this? Poor Kevin Graham. Poor, pitiful Kevin. Please try not to let me down any more than you already have. I am a phantasm. A shadow. Much as a shadow only exists when there is something to cast it, I, too, only exist because of something within your number. Do you grasp my meaning? What? Kevin? How could I? You're just spouting nonsense. If you think being all cryptic is going to confuse us and lead us astray, you're very mistaken, buddy. I'm Buddy. True enough. Spouting cryptic nonsense is simply what I do. That is what you believe, is it? Then it must be true. Screw you. Perhaps I ought to go by a different name after all. How do you think Lord of Nonsense sounds? More fitting, perhaps? I said screw you! Just fucking hitting him, tagging him, okay. I wish more pro tags did this. Just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna fucking preemptively shoot at you. Like, that's where it's like, instead of letting you continue talking forever, I'm just going to attack you. Right? It's like the meme from Final Fantasy, what is it? Like Final Fantasy Origins, whatever, with Jack being like, I don't care. Or like, shut up, I don't care. And just like throwing, like preemptively attacking people. Like, oh god, comedic as shit. I'm like, oh, damn, I wish more JRPG protagonists did that, right? Like, especially in Trails, where it's like, how often do the enemies get away because they just allow people to talk? It's like, wow, if you just like 8 leaves Galed while he was in the middle of talking, you probably could have tagged him and stopped him from doing something. Kevin? What's wrong with you? Nothing. Don't worry. That's literally just a shadow. Is it? Or it is? Oh. So that was a body double. Or an empty shell is more appropriate in this case. It must have switched while we were fighting that devil. I commend you for noticing. Still, your role on this plane is now over. Add the wings of white to your number and journey on deeper into the abyss you stand inside. I shall be awaiting your next encounter. Hey, teleport. Please. They take their overblown theatrics way too seriously. A Resident Evil doer is gonna have to work on their act if they want to sound like anything more than a walking cliche. Anyway, we're done here, and we've got ourselves another sealing stone to open up. So let's mosey on back to the base. I think we all know who's inside at this point. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so they teleport. Okay. Yeah, baby! The otherworldly capital. That's how we do it. That's what we're talking about. I should probably go into the chapter title and now put chapter 3. Chapter 3. Hey, yo, baby. It's chapter 3. It's a rhyme scheme. Yeah, baby. How we doing? Yeah, we love rhyme scheme. We love 1-2-1-2 rhyme scheme. Hey, how are you doing? I am going to the show. I'm gonna show you where I want to be. And everything I do will go with the flow. So, join me in my creed. That is a 1-2-1-2 rhyme scheme with an off rhyme. I think that was what it was called on the second two. Yay. I remember some of my English class in middle school? I think that's where I learned about. I'm sorry I failed, Kevin. I failed as your mother. But I'm so tired. I'm so tired. At least this way. At least this way, the two of us can... That dream again. How long is it gonna take before it goes away? Had to happen on Rufina's big day, too. I was hoping I'd be able to stop worrying when I got older, but at this rate... I'm sure she's plenty used to you worrying her already. Oh, it's you, Reese. Don't scare me like that. How long have you been in here? For a while. We're supposed to be cleaning the chapel today, but you weren't getting up, so I came to check on you. You seem to be having a nightmare, though, so I thought I'd wake you. Oh, okay. Sorry, Reese. I was being a pain for you again, wasn't I? No more than usual. You've been a loser since the day I met you. I don't expect that to change anytime soon. Oh, God, Reese. Ouch, kick a guy while he's down, why don't you? Whatever. We don't want to be late for breakfast on Rufina's big day. So let's go and get this done. Alright. Rufina? Oh. Good morning, you two. I wasn't expecting to see you here this early. Are you on cleaning duty today? Yes, but... What are you doing up so early? You've got a long journey ahead of you. You need plenty of sleep or you're going to be exhausted before you even get there. I mean, isn't Ontario arches away from here? Well, yes. But I won't be able to offer my prayers to Adios here again for quite some time. So I decided to get up early and pray for all the days I'm going to be missing too. Seriously? That's why? It's very you. Are you really going to be that busy, though? I thought you might be able to come home from time to time at least. I wish I could say otherwise, but I probably will. I've only just become a squire, so there'll be plenty of work in store for me. I'll be lucky to find time to sleep, never mind come home. I might be able to squeeze some time into my schedule once I've gotten the hang of the workload, but until then... Okay. And that's why you've got to sleep now while you still can. Come on, you've done enough praying for one day, so go back to bed until breakfast or something. You're so cold to me. What? How? I thought you'd want to make the most of the time you've got left with me, but it's like you don't even want me here. Did I do a bad job at raising you? I never said I didn't want you here. You might have done a lot for me, but raising me is a stretch. It's okay. He's just embarrassed. He's actually more than happy to talk to you. He's just terrible at showing it. Oh, get over yourself! Is that so now? I should have known. You're such a typical boy, Kevin. They all act so indifferent to avoid letting their loved ones know just how much they care. Don't forget, he's at that rebellious age, too. How have I managed to survive being twisted around your fingers for so long? Is trying to toy with the hearts of innocent young boys a family thing or what? Oh, I'd hardly say young. It's been about 5 years by now, you know. Speaking of which, I think I'm starting to get a craving for some chocolate. Maybe I should pick some up on the way to the station. Quincy Bell, of course. For obvious reasons. Oh, their new mint chocolate's my current favorite. The fresh aftertaste mixes in with the chocolate's flavor really well. I'll admit that does sound tempting, but I think I'm more in the mood for the classic milk this time. That flavor will always be a fun little trip down memory lane for me. Interesting that memory lane is capitalized because it's like a proper noun. I've never seen it like that. I like that. That's a nice attention. Ah, yes, that nice aftertaste of kissing a young Shota. How lovely. Please don't call the police on me. Because of how we met. Kevin, you're disgusting.
Why?
I think we all get that warm and fuzzy feeling when we look back on it. After all, the day you came to live with us, Kevin, was the start of many, many new and wonderful memories. Treasure every single one I've made during these 5 years. They're all priceless to me. Then why did you decide to become a squire and leave us? Just doesn't seem like the right job for you. Even if you wanted to be in the church, couldn't you have become a sister at the chapel in town or something? I'm sorry, Kevin. Apparently I've just got the aptitude for it, or so I've been told. I feel like the best thing I can do is make use of that and try to help people in the best way I can. Of course, there's always the chance I won't be cut out for it at all, and I'll have to come home anyway. There's no way a girl as naive as you is gonna be any good with the kind of crazy tough stuff you'd have to do. You'd better just come straight home once you've had enough. Really? Well, if it does come to that, I'll be expecting a nice warm welcome from the two of you. And with that, I'll believe this conversation has done a lovely job with helping you procrastinate cleaning for long enough. Should I lend a hand? If we're going to do the job, we might as well do it perfectly and have the whole chapel sparkling. Okay, so happy child life after being a street boy. Golden road, silver road. No one ever loves the bronze, man. Never any love for that bronze road. Oh yeah. Let's get a child back on our team. I guess most of them are children. Depending on how far you want to put child. 2 lights? I wonder if the other one could be... Oh my god, is it the girl in Sieg? Is it Chloe?
Scree!
What just happened? Julia? Did you not leave for training exercise on board the Arsail? So relieved to see you safe, Your Highness. I see Sieg is with you too.
Scree!
He is, but, I'm not quite sure what's going on. What? Long time no see. Hi, Chloe!
I sure wasn't expecting to run into you here.
What are you all doing here? Oh.
It's good to see you again, Chloe. And Sieg too, of course. You two look well.
Thank you. I'm not sure what to say. I feel like I should be waking up any moment now, but I'm not sure I even want to.
Scree!
Yo, we got Chloe! Sorry, Princess Claudia. I say, we found ourselves in quite the predicament, haven't we? Relieved to hear that the empty grand cell you found wasn't the real city, at least, but still. Unfortunately, that doesn't necessarily rule out the real capital being in danger. We're dealing with something that has such great power, it can create a flawless replica of a vast city. There's no telling how far its influence could extend. Reese, surely there's no need to worry her so. We have nothing to gain from shying away from the truth. If anything, she's helping me better understand the gravity of the situation we're in. I'd like to help with the investigation if I can. I'm not sure I could do much more than what you're already doing, but I won't drag you down.
Scree!
But Your Highness... I'm sorry, Julia, but I'm afraid nothing you can say will change my mind. I may not fully understand the situation we're in, but I do know that it threatens the safety of our capital. Perhaps the whole nation. I'd be a disgrace as a crown princess if I were to just stand by and do nothing while the people I will one day rule over are threatened.
Wow. You're amazing, Chloe.
As you wish, Your Highness.
Well, welcome to the theme.
Great. I'll do what I can. So, is our next destination that teleportation circle at the end of the sealed area?
Yeah, that should let us travel to the next area. Or by the sounds of it, to the next plane.
Yeah, that appears to be the technical name for the various areas that make up the land we're in. It's a concept used in the Septine Church, too.
Our world is made up of a number of planes or realms situated on top of one another. At the top is the sky where the goddess dwells. Below that is the earth where we live, and at the bottom lies Gehenna, where sinners are judged. Those are the main three, but in between them there are countless other planes or realms too.
So in other words, the farther down we descend, the less the blessings of the goddess will be able to reach us.
Hey, can you not say stuff like that? With all the creepy monsters roaming around, it's freaky enough around here as it is.
You sound like a child who's afraid to walk around the house when the lights are off. Although I suppose that does make sense, given that you truly are a child.
I am so not a child!
Anyway, if that fake Grand Cell was the second plane, the next one's the third, right?
Sky the third.
I mean, it sounds obvious, but I'm not sure it's all going in one clear direction, or if we might run into a fork at some point. I think straightforward is a safe enough assumption to make for now. While we might not know what the Lord of Phantasma wants with us, we know it's nothing good. Yeah, so even if it's not like that, that doesn't change how ugly this could get. So let's get ready for this just about anything. Who knows what's waiting for us up ahead? Something wrong, Reese? You think you might figure something out, the rest of the class would love to hear about it. No, it's nothing important. You're right. We should start getting ready to leave. It may be worth our while to investigate some of the doors we've encountered thus far, too.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with those things, but there sure are a ton of them.
At the very least, they don't seem to have been placed by any of our foes. I'm all in favor of investigating them, too.
Okay, so let's swap out Julia for Chloe, because she's specifically good at recovery and stuff. Whereas I feel like Julia, I use her mostly for the sake of using her craft to boost everyone's boost everyone's like strength and speed with her one craft, and then otherwise kinda
Together now!
Together now! I am Velvet from Berseria. Okay, so let's first and foremost synthesize slot Chloe. So interesting that they do Princess Claudia in the text boxes, but Chloe in the menus. She's more personable in the menus. Power, water, wind. Okay, so I got those. So let's go to Ornament. You gotta. Oh wait, you still have defense 2 on. Why do you still have that? Okay, there we go. Okay, let's remove that. Remove that. Detection needs to be put on someone. Okay, so you're here. Oh yeah, she's the one that has the really good ability to get all the nice shit. Awesome. For some reason I am getting nothing but pervy phone game ads while scrolling through YouTube shorts, dude. If that's what the almighty algorithm deems appropriate for you, I think that says more about you than anything else. I'm sorry to say, bud. Okay, so 2 waters just like back to back. Okay, EP2. Max EP is pretty important for her. 851, Jesus, okay. Heal, HP slowly recovers by walking. Yeah, because if I remember right, what I did was I built her to get the water. Built her to get the water cast faster than anything, because she's just inherently built to do water better than other people. So let's come over here. Synthesize, quartz, time, do another cast 2. Ornament, Chloe, swap that out. I've watched nothing but Let's Plays for the last month. Thank you very much, Bison. Hey man, who's to say that those Let's Plays weren't like raunchy as shit? You watching any of the Sakura visual novel Let's Plays? But no, it's just one of those things where I feel like we've reached the point where it's just like the phone games are either pervy or they're those like really stupid puzzle ones that's like
Like move the bar and let the lava out, and then move the other bar and let the water out. Was Nancy Drew for a week? So I hope not, streamer. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I remember I tried to build her to Cocytus, which I guess was relatively useful. But I feel like I don't need to build it as hard in this one because I already have Titanic Roar doing everything. While it's probably stronger, I don't think I need to build Cocytus all the way up. I think I want to build more her heals more just for the sake of like healing everyone, right? Like if I could get Latier all, that would be pretty awesome. Or like Latira and then other things. So Latier is 8 water, 2 wind, 2 space. 8 water, 2 wind, 2 space. 8 water, 2 wind, 2 space. She already has 9 water, 1 wind. Okay, so where's she getting the wind from? She's getting the wind from detection. Okay. You know what? I don't need detection. That's treasure chest. Detection, I was thinking of something else. I was thinking of whatever one... whatever one... Yeah, Latira, good. He has 6,000 HP. Yeah, that's great. I was thinking of Eagle Eye and Information. Those are the ones that I was thinking of. I don't need detection. The chests are pointless. I don't look at... Like, I walk around every room anyway, right? Like, I don't look at the map for chests. So, okay, so let's restore everyone. So this is one of those things where it's like, do I buy the better weapon for Chloe now, or do I assume that I am going to... Yeah, because I never bought his boosted one. Oh, wait, they... Okay, so... Julia... There we go, because they use the same weapon type. They both use rapiers. So I can just do that. Boom. Nice. Oh yeah, I should probably go through the equip and take off anything that I had on people. Yeah, get that out. Okay. And here we go. Glam, mute, and seal. Good. Love it. Next chapter splits your team so everyone is... If I may... Oh, fuck. Damn it. Damn it. Save you a second while you're thinking. Okay. Well, everyone's at least all upgraded with EP and stuff, and I have, I would say, plenty of courts and stuff. Do I get to choose how my teams are split, or is it like, or is it one of those ones where just like you are forced to split in a certain way? No, you don't get to choose. So I'm guessing it's like, oh, my party that's active and current. Okay. Maybe it's just me, but it's kind of a bad idea to lock the next Queen of Liberal in one of those ceiling stones, right? Lord Phantasma should get the death penalty and then we catch him. Maybe. It's the Lord of the Lord Phantasma not voted to be underestimated. Unfortunately, we don't have enough information to try and work out who they really are. If only we had more clues to go on. Don't gather our eyes, safe and well. Still, there seems to be every chance that plenty of others have been captured the same way. We should hurry and aid them. Seeing we're always traveling using warps and cube, it's hard to be sure, but it does feel like every time we arrive at a new plane, we're moving farther and farther downward. Makes me wonder what's at the bottom of Phantasma. Okay. So, Moondor, Girl Skill, Norberlin, did that, Silver. Okay, so that was a star for that. Guardian, yeah, alright, did that one. Let's check this one, see if I've done 100 battles yet. I think yes, since it is in my notes for 80% who is in the parts. Okay. Okay, good. Because if I can at least choose who's in the parties, right? Like, that takes away some of it, because I can have a couple built characters, couple built characters, and then a couple not built ones. But that really does make it so that you should probably buy the best weapon for everyone. Those who have not proven themselves in battle are not worthy of stepping inside. Should you wish to be deemed worthy, struggle through 100 battles, only then shut the door open. Okay, good. I was like, are you telling me I haven't done 100 battles yet? Like, I know I've run from a few, but I mean, come on. So I'm curious to know how this door, because this one's not a specific
character door. So is it going to just be like general side story of characters that we're not going to be recruiting? I shall grant to you a memory fragment and my blessing.
I shall grant to you a memory fragment and my blessing. Yes, indeed.
Enclosed is a report on the damage dealt to the former Principality of Northumbria by the Salt Pale. Ah, okay. Okay, so this is where we're getting details on this. Okay. Okay. Because because we found out about the Salt Pale in second chapter because Kevin shot Weissman with like the shard. But we never really learned about the thing. Also contained within is the research on the Pale itself. Holy City of Arteria, Congregation for the Sacraments. Reese Argent, okay. I hereby present this report to you, Your Holiness, ever at the side of the goddess. This report contains classified information and may only be read by those with the clearance to do so. Certain sections of the utmost secrecy have also been blacked out. How useful. Progressions of events after the Pale's appearance. July 1st, 1178, 5:45 a.m., an urgent report came in from the Halias Cathedral in the then Principality, now a state, of Northumbria and northern Zumeria. It stated that a giant white pillar so tall it appears to kiss the clouds had appeared on the outskirts of the city. Bishop Alexei, the one who sent the report, behaved as if extremely unsettled by what was happening. By urgent order of the committee, 2 knights of the Gralsritter, the 8th domain aka the Roaring Lion, and a squire, both of whom were working on another mission in a nearby nation, were dispatched to perform a formal investigation. Was the Roaring Lion the one that gave Gaius the stigma? Or is that different? They hurried to the scene via the 8th Merkaba unit. Please note that the Merkabas had only recently been put into use at this point. They arrived promptly. And at 6:22 a.m., this was what they saw. Enclosed is a photograph of the object now known as the Salt Pale. At this point, however, it was far larger than the term pale would suggest. It was more akin to a massive tower that soared hundreds of arch into the air. The 2 knights provide the following observation regarding the situation on their arrival. We were met with a mighty hailstorm blowing in our direction from Haliask, or so it appeared at first, till we eventually realized the storm contained not ice, but salt. The object's surface is completely covered with salt, making it impossible to tell what it may actually look like underneath. The surrounding air has become powdered salt, and it falls to the ground like snow falling on a tundra. The spread of that salinification process was startlingly rapid, and the affected area spread in the blink of an eye. By the time the Gralsritter arrived, the entire landscape of the capital had turned to salt, and the lives of many who lived there, like the aforementioned Bishop Alexei, had already been lost. Yet the spread did not stop there. A day after the Salt Pale first appeared, a vast coniferous forest zone north of the capital crystallized and collapsed. Bridges also collapsed, rendering all of the main highways out of the city unusable. Please note that by this point, then-ruler Prince Balmond had already fled the country to a nearby nation. 2 days passed since the Pale's appearance. By this point, roughly half of the entire principality had become a sea of salt. Jesus. And I believe it wasn't until, CS4? That was or maybe, not sure if it was in CS, because as far as I understand, right, the Salt Pale occurring was never confirmed to be the act of someone. It was just something that happened randomly, maybe outer space, it just appeared. But then in CS4, did they confirm that Ouroboros did it? Or was that just the gnomes being inspired or taking something from the Salt Pales to make each of the individual pails that harness the power of the curse? I can't quite remember. Countless refugees had fled to the southern side of the country because the River Grebe stood between it and the affected area. Finally, 3 days after the Pale's appearance, the salinification process stopped at dawn.
As a result, the knights were able to advance on the capital of Haliask with the hope of investigating the salt pail. That afternoon, they finally reached it. What they found looked completely different from how the pail had before when they arrived in... From how the pail had before when they first arrived in Northumbria. Okay. It's like twisted. In the center of the salinified area, they found an object that was a mere 2.5 arch in height. Oh, almost like the pail itself had, like, seeped into the ground. Like, it didn't make the ground into salt, it forced itself to be the ground. Its surface was no longer blanketed in salt, rather it looked as if something had been carved out of it. It is now believed that the pail's mass decreased as the salification process progressed. While the cause of the disaster is still unknown, the salt pail originated from the beyond. Salt pail copies, these structures appear to have been made from the residue left in the ground from... okay. So from the beyond. See, I remember talking about this when the salt pail was first brought to my attention. I really like how it is not known how it occurred. Like, it is just a natural disaster. It is a weird phenomenon that just occurred. And it was very unfortunate, very tragic, but it just happened. Like, I feel like most JRPGs, when there's massive, like, events, massive destruction events, there's always some machination behind it. Being like, oh yes, we plotted it, and stuff. And there's never, like... Because, right, like, the big one that I think of is like, oh, the meteor that killed all the dinosaurs, right? Like, there's no plan behind that. It just happened. If it happened, quote-unquote. It's pretty confident that it happened. Or, like, Pompeii. Or like, other really big natural disasters. Like, it can just happen. Like, you don't need to have everything tie, like the curse and everyone's parents dying. Yeah, well, everyone's parents dying, not something behind it. Curse, the curse I'm less fond of. I think the curse is too hands-on in what it's able to make people do. I think I would have been more preferable to the curse if it were more just like a more generalized, like the curse being present is just a passive debuff that would make Erebonians or people under the influence of Erebonia more likely to do warmongering, bloodthirsty things. Also, yes, Barkhorn with Gaius suppresses. Okay, cool. Like, I feel like the way that the curse developed in 4, like, maybe because it's like, oh yeah, we have these people that literally can't disobey the curse. Like, Arcade, right? Big boy Arcade, where it's like, I'm fully of my mind, but for the sake of doing the curse and doing the, what is it, the trials or whatever it's called, between the fights between all of the things, I'm participating. Like, I'm basically being forced to participate. And, like, how they show multiple times the curse just invades people's heads and turn them into super nationalists that are like, yeah, kill Calvert. Like, I feel like the curse became too much of a thing. I also feel like having the curse be the kickoff point for past prior, like, terrible shit. Like, the stuff that happened to Joshua and Luve and Ash in that town. I feel like having that be, like, the inciting factor almost kind of, like, belittles it, right? Where, like, and also makes Osborne, I feel like, less of an intriguing character, right? Because, like, they're like, oh yeah, no, he was warmongering because of the curse, and, like, this terrible thing happened because of the curse. And it's like, it was so much more interesting when it was like, no, like, maybe he's doing this because he thinks it's right, actually, as a person, not because the curse is making him do it. A lot more interesting of a villain and a character. And then, like, oh, the
100 Days War occurred because of, like, the Erebonians that wanted to force the war doing the thing. Like, not to say that the curse is a bad thing, but I think it's too involved. I think they put it far too hands-on in the plot, and I think they attached it to too many things. But yeah. In a smaller state, the Pale had lost its power to turn swaths of the country to salt, but its ability to salinify was still very much intact. Anything that touched it, even for a millisecond, was instantaneously turned into salt. It was of the utmost importance to handle it with care. In order to complete the mission without physical contact, the Grosser required the use of the sacred tool Gleipnir, which was delivered to them from the high seat of Arteria. Ooh, interesting. So I wonder what Gleipnir does. Since then, it has been kept closely sealed away deep within the high seat of Arteria. So I wonder if Gleipnir is maybe like a teleportation tool? Like, it allows you to move something without touching it? Or maybe it's made of like a special material that like it doesn't solidify when touching it? Maybe? Still, while the recovery mission was ultimately deemed a success, the damage already caused was equally vast and significant. No damage to the surrounding nations was reported, but it resulted in the destruction of 3 of the 5 administrative districts of the Principality, including its capital. Over a third of the total population, along with travelers from elsewhere, lost their lives. This is to say nothing of the emotional damage caused, due to its sudden outbreak. The hearts of the Northumbria's people were overwhelmed with fear and uncertainty. From a humanitarian and religious perspective, a swift response from the Septian Church was all but necessary. The decision was made to dispatch personnel to the region right away, and upon arrival they set about rebuilding the damaged churches and healing both the physical and mental wounds of the people. Gotta rebuild the churches! First and foremost. Those who were left orphaned in the crisis were taken into gospel facilities, where they would be cared for until adulthood. The northern region of the country, which had been turned entirely into salt, was placed under the church's control and has been a restricted area ever since. Well, Gleipnir was the name for the binds of Fenrir, so maybe it's a neutralizer. Okay, maybe. Yeah, and this is the birth of the Northern Jaegers basically being like the economy for Northumbria. Supplementary note. After some time, the country's former leader, Prince Balmut, attempted to rebuild the government, but given that he had fled the country during its hour of need, caring only for himself and not his people, all authority he once had was gone. The following year, the country's people led an armed uprising, and the Principality of Northumbria was no more. Eventually, elections were held, and the country became a democracy, thus bringing about the birth of the autonomous state we know of now. 3 years later... This is also when the former Principality's armed forces were formed as a vigilante corps. Given the extreme poverty of the state, however, the majority of said corps considered gathering foreign currency to be of the utmost importance. This is how the large-scale Jaeger Corps known as the Northern Jaegers was first established. As far as the rest of Sumeria is concerned, this is where the tale of the Salt Pale ends. But a number of very important questions still remain unanswered. Perhaps the most obvious of these is where it came from. Despite the considerable size of the object and that it appeared on the outskirts of a populated city, no information is available regarding the moment it first appeared. The most popular theory is that its appearance was due to something akin to spatial translocation, but no hard evidence exists to support this, or any other theory. Of more importance, however, is its positioning in the teachings of the Septian Church. The Pale is clearly different in nature to artifacts, and appears to be a more fundamental manifestation of the goddess's power of creation, Committee report. With the limits of our knowledge at present, this is as far as we can get to the truth. There are some who have proposed it may be one of the Septarians, but no evidence has been found in legend or scripture to support this belief. Nevertheless, these questions, and many others, need answering, and the Congregation for the Sacraments continue to study the Salt Pale to this day. See, that is also an interesting thing, because none of the Septarians that we've seen are inherently negative to humanity. Right? Like, the closest I feel like we've gotten as a inherent negative, right, is the... Well, actually, it's not even that, where it's like the Septarian of Steel. Right, where it's the merging of Earth and Fire, where they were kind of meant for protection of each of their groups, but were intrinsically opposed to the other Septarian. But steel itself was what separated into all, like, forcibly separated into all the divine knights. As far as I understand. But there's, like, as far as I know, there's no Septarian that has ever been given, because they're the gods as gifts to humanity, as far as I understood, that have been inherently negative. It was just, hey, the Oriole gives everyone exactly what they want at all times of the day, always. And that leads to essentially the moral collapse of human society due to people not exactly needing to do much. And then the Oriole essentially acting against humans because they wanted to shut it down. The Septarian was just fulfilling its goal of giving power to humans. Fire and Earth are born, wished upon for power. Yeah, exactly. So it's not... They've never been negative inherently to humans. They've always been in service of the humans, but that has in turn led to suffering and damage. Whereas this is inherently negative. Right? Like, its appearance where it appeared is inherently negative. Its act is also inherently negative. Turning the ground into salt is never going to be a good thing. Like, destroying an entire forest, destroying all the plants and all the animals and all the people. Like, from what I understand, from what we gathered with Ragnar talking to us and all the other divine beasts that we've talked to in the series, although I've yet to talk to, I think, one or two in the Crossbow games, the goddess was actually benevolent, and therefore probably wouldn't have done this. Yeah, that's why they're referred to as gifts given too soon. Although I feel like a lot of these, regardless of the time they were given, it would still be bad. Is it salt or ash, Emil? JK, unless. Right, like, imagine how fucking crazy it would be. Like, in like a weird confirmation of like a multiversal, like, Falcom verse, where it's like, oh, the transcendent laws are actually just a border between like the East universe and the Trails universe, where it's like, what if in East 10, right, the final dungeon, it's like powered off of like a big tower of salt, and then what you do to like defeat the final boss is send it away, like you teleport it away. Like, imagine how cool that would be. I mean, it would fucking suck, because you know what would happen afterwards. Like, oh yeah, you teleported and it killed a whole bunch of innocent people. But it would connect them. They're connected. I've connected the dots. You haven't connected shit. But I've connected the dots in my brain in the fan fiction universe. Well, that's the question many others need answering. The Congregation for the Sacraments continues to say the salt pail to this day. The most accepted proposal comes from those who believe the pail should be seen as nothing more than a gift from Adios, and they continue to consider various means for her church to make good use of it. You know, like killing people. Salt pail bolt, or salt paling bolt. The most realistic of these plans is using it in the manufacture of a sacred tool used for execution. Gotta love that they go immediately to murder and not, oh, why don't we use it to find places that are like low on salt, like society, like maybe there are villages out there that's like, we need salt, but it's super expensive because there's not enough of it around, and we bring the salt pail there and turn like boulders to salt for them. You know, that would be my first thing. Like, yeah, put it into like a chisel or something, like a little thing, and like do that. That would be my first, not immediate execution. Parts of the pail are cut away using high-pressure water, and then surrounded with a cylinder made from salt crystal, allowing them to be fired directly into the target without requiring the user to make direct contact. Ever seen Top Secret? No, I don't think I have. Should the bolt make successful contact with the human target, their whole body would turn to salt, killing them in mere seconds. About, like, I would say, how long did it take for Weissman to go? Like 20, 30 seconds? If you're reading at it like a decent pace? There are no known means for reversing or stopping the process. This approach does not come without flaws.
Seems unwise to be careless with an object we still do not understand the true nature of, for one thing. There are also humanitarian concerns with executing someone in this manner. But Weissman's not a human. He turned into like a half-god or whatever, and then we had to kill him that way. It makes me wonder if the bolt would have worked on him in his like weird demigod form. Right, like, what if Kevin shot that into him at that point? Still, it doesn't bear mentioning that should there ever be a case where a target needs to be eliminated without fail, this would be the most surefire way to carry it out. It should go without saying that research on it is intended to continue into the future. Weissman also does it. How's it going, baseball?
Oh, that's a baseball!
That's a JoJo reference right there. Comedic Cold War movie. There's a scene where they rescue a scientist from the ex-Nazis, Dr. Fleming. You see, a year ago, I was close to perfecting the first magnetic desalinization process so revolutionary it's capable of removing the salt from over 500 million gallons of seawater a day. Do you realize what they could mean to the starving nations of the earth? Nick Rivers, wow, they'd have enough salt to last forever. Love it. How's it going, baseball? Hope you're doing well. How have you been? Ugh. Whew. Yeah, talk for a while. I will say, I do feel like streaming is a good thing for me, because if you get me on a tangent, I can go for a while. I can talk quite a bit. Now, it's when there's nothing very interesting shooting into my face, like when I'm playing Scarlet Nexus and it's like, okay, I've already done this, I need to go through it and get to the story. That's like, man. Those Mets. Love them Mets. love that baseball. Hey, the Mets. Let's go Mets. Oh, I get it. Let's get a home run. That meme. Oh, I love that meme. Been doing good. Thanks for asking. How are you? I'm doing pretty well. I mentioned it earlier in the stream. I started a bit later than normal. Started at like, what, 6:30? Wait, no, I started around 7, I think. Started around like 6:57. Usually try and start around 6:30 because I was actually at a mattress firm buying a mattress after work today. So yay! That's cool. So it's actually getting delivered on Friday because for some reason mattresses aren't affected by frigging supply chain and stuff and are taking forever to get delivered. Like my mom, it took her like 4 months to get a fridge. But that was also probably at the height of like the circuit shortage. Or the chip shortage, that's what it's called. Mattresses, they don't have chips though. But I'm excited for that. Also, baseball, I'm not sure if you've been around since I've decided to change how I stream. Previously, I would stream one game on Monday, Wednesday, another stream on Friday, Saturday, or whatever weekend. This upcoming weekend's going to be a Sunday, by the way. Because I'm taking my mom out for Mother's Day on Saturday because she was not home on Mother's Day. And also, restaurants are busy as fuck on Mother's Day, so we're just not doing that. So stream's going to be on Sunday this time. But now I've decided to just stream whatever the heck I want to stream. Because I think that'll be a lot more energetic, to put some adjective to it. So, yeah. Be excited for random game streams, one-offs, more... I'll probably try and do more speedruns in Cold Steel 2 now that I am not holding myself to stuff. But yeah, I'm going to be doing I have planned this one. I'm going to be doing a speedrun of Cold Steel 2 on easy on Wednesday because I want to get a submission run for what is it, RTA the Third Fontano? What was the name of the marathon or whatever? It's a marathon. I forget. I don't know what charity it's going for, but I'm hoping to do a submission run and maybe get into it because that would be pretty cool. But yeah, so doing this. But baseball, do you have a preferred like Sky game? Like, what are your thoughts on Third? Like, how high does it rank in your personal rankings? Appendix regarding the aforementioned sacred tool. Trial use begins of the sacred tool, top secret work only. Permission granted to use in the execution of Weissman. Using the execution of Weissman, fired from bowgun. Results were extremely favorable. No damage was caused to the surrounding area. The target was also successfully erased.
Oh, and also I'm glad that you've been doing good. Baseball. I'm not sure if I mentioned that at the start of me talking after seeing your messages, but I'm glad that you're doing well. You know what? People doing well. You know what we do to that? We dab. Dab, 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 dab. We dab for people doing well. We also dab on having good dinners. Microwave scrambled eggs with frozen meatballs. Good dinners. That's not dab worthy dinner. You should not dab at that dinner. Appendix about the target. The target was orphaned by the salt pail when it first appeared. A brief history of her is as follows. Joins the Septine Church. 5 years later, joins the Congregation for the Sacraments as an official. 5 years later, promoted to bishop. 5 years later, declared a heretic and excommunicated from the church. So he had a 15-year-long career in the church before going to Ouroboros. Interesting. But he was orphaned by the salt pail, so... Side story. The salt pail finished. Yay. Received Petrify, which seems a bit morbid that you would receive that course. Okay, interesting. And they don't have anything to say about it. Equip. No, wait. Ornament. Defense 1 gives 1 earth. You know, I would like to have Petrify on, because that gives 3 earth. And with Titanic Roar, like, being able to hit everyone on the field probably would make it a lot easier to manage. See, now because I have Petrify, right, how much earth do you need to get Titanic Roar? If I swap you out with Attack, I still have it. Okay, so I don't need Scent anymore, so that's actually really good, because Scent was a bitch. It was making things notice me, although I'm not sure if Haze got rid of it. Who did I put Haze on? I forget who I put Haze on. Haze? Haze. Haze on. Who do I want to... Just EP1 hit. Third status as a bridge game means it's set up like a bunch of stuff for Crossbow and Airborne and beyond. I thought your age is like fine wine as the years continues and the payoffs keep happening. Guessing you did CS first? Yes. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I figured, right? Because this definitely seems like a world-building game. Like, all of the games have world-building, but I'd say this is the one that seems to really be kind of focusing on it. Like, focusing on characters that aren't like the primary characters, focusing on like story events and elements like the church, trying to develop them a bit more. But yeah, I played CS 1 through 4 first, then played first chapter, second chapter, and then I'm playing this. I'm playing the Sky games now because I think unanimously I don't think I'm wrong in saying we're all excited for September. We are all very excited for September with the official release of I'll just put move on. I think that's easier. Of the crossbow of Zero. Yep. You dropping time travel, girl? You dropping her in this? Okay. Okay, so now... So defense, dex, agility, speed down, those up, speed defense, agility down, defense, ATS. No, I want ATS up. I'm so excited to play it for the third time. I'm excited to play it for the first time. I've waited too long, man. I've waited my entire life to play this game. Although I guess that's not exactly accurate. I have indeed waited my entire life, but I have not waited my entire life with bated breath for it. I've just been forced to wait my entire life to get it, because that's how releases of new things work. You wait your entire life up until the point you get to play it, and then you play it. Okay, so another star door. So we got Boy with the Eyes of Amber and the Princess with an Indomitable Will. Font, CS1 to 2, Sky 1st to 3rd, 0, CS3 to 4, Yeah, you had a very interesting way, because you did CS1 and 2, which, you know, isn't an unreasonable place to start. Then you went back to the start of the series, which I didn't do because I bounced off super hard from the gameplay perspective. And then you did the 0 Geofront translation. Then did 3 and 4, and then which presumably also the Geofront translation. True. I played 0 and L, but I'll be glad to see everything up to Reverie out officially over here by next year. Yeah, like, I think every time this comes up, I mention, like, it's gonna be crazy to think, like, that we're gonna be at a point where new people jumping on are just going to be able to play in, like, the order that they were released in Japan, but in English. Like, and it's not going to be a question of, like, hey, where do I start? It's just start with Sky first chapter. Because, like, I feel like the big thing pushing people to, like, maybe start with Cold Steel versus starting with Sky is the fact that that middle arc isn't present. Where you're not going to be able to have a full, complete playthrough of it anyway. How about your percent? Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, once Reverie's out, and I know we've already discussed that this might not be a correct naming convention, Fontano, but once Reverie's out and I've done my blind playthrough of it, I'm going to do Western Zemuria percent. I'm going to play through all the Sky games, both Crossbell games, all of the Cold Steel games, and Reverie. I'm going to play through all of them. It's going to be one long subathon. It's gonna be single segment subathon. I'm gonna do it. And I'm going to die. But I will do it. And would you tell that name to her? Yes, I would. I would tell that name to Instructor Toa. I would tell that name to Toa. God bless her. I would tell that name to each of these Toas. Because you know what? I think she would be understanding. I think she would be like, hey, Buddy Bison, you're a great student. I love you like a student because, you know, Reen's my guy. Can't love you like him. But, you know, it's not a bad name. It just might not be the most comprehensive, to which I would argue I can't think of a comprehensive name that would fit within, like, 3 words. That would be easy enough to put in a speedrun live split title / Twitch stream title for people to sufficiently know what I'm doing. What about Miss Toa Kokonoe? You know, I would probably tell her that and she would be like, oh, cool, Cold Steel's a game that they sell over in the local video game shop in the TV store. I've seen commercials for it. I don't play video games, but my cousin does. So have fun. That's probably what Miss Toa Kokonoe would say. Fontana, and I don't even think you could say that's wrong. For anyone who hasn't played Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus on Steam, pretty good game. It's kind of like East Combat with like Cold Steel Orbment system to a degree. Has Toa in it because she's transcendental waifu. Bring to me the boy with eyes of amber and the princess with an indomitable will. Only then shall the door open. I haven't finished it yet. Due to Xena. Yeah. I mean, it's a good game. It's a pretty darn good game. I think I wasn't able to really enjoy it as much because I hadn't really... Because it had been a while since I had played Ys 8, which I think is its most, like, contemporary comparison. So I didn't have a lot of the systems still in my body. So, yeah, because I think that's on the same engine as, like, Cold Steel. Is it on the same engine as Cold Steel 3 and 4? I can't quite remember. I think so. Because I think there were... Some of the ads or commercials in the game were for Cold Steel 4. So I think it had to have been post Cold Steel 3, I believe. Or post Cold Steel 4. I really can't remember. But it was a good game. And then show the door open. Open the door, yes. Open the door! Yay! It's so bright. Okay. Star Chamber. You're on the same engine as East 8. I'm on the same engine as East 8. Look at my polygons. I shall grant to you a memory fragment and my blessing. Ah, yes. But have you guys, speaking of engines, have you guys seen the breaking news? Liberal news special issue. The Flying City falls. Liberal is safe once more. Glory to the young bracers who saved us all from crisis. Get ready for. Have you guys seen the like the Unreal 5 engine make of like the Tokyo subway station and how freaking real it looks? Tokyo Xanadu was a game Falcom B team threw together in like a year because East 8 was taking too long. And it's a pretty good game. Like they threw together a pretty good game. Like it's not a perfect game by any means, but it's pretty good. Like it's good enough for a lot of people to want a sequel. And I would say I'm one of them. Like it's not like the biggest thing, right? Like I'm definitely more into East than Tokyo Xanadu, but and would want an East 10, but like Tokyo Xanadu was pretty good. It had like an interesting, world concept, had like interesting dungeons in terms of visual style, and the characters were pretty likable. Counterpoint. Featured story, the Labor Arc collapses. Enigmatic object gone in a flash. The mysterious structure that appeared last month over Valeria Lake disappeared as suddenly as it came, collapsing loudly in a giant mountain of rubble into the lake. The collapse begins. Many of our readers may have witnessed the moment for themselves, but it seems that it was visible not only from Liberal, but from the southern edge of the Empire and from Calvert as well. A small minority argued that the structure may have been a new weapon belonging to the Royal Army, but this turn of events seems to conclusively rule out that possibility. There's an MTX that has an entire description in Spanish that seems to be sports related. What? Interesting. The collapse of the Labarak also caused a 2-arch-high tsunami around the edges of the lake, but so far there have been no reports of serious injuries, fatalities, or missing persons as a result of this. Unfortunate fishermen. The worst that seems to have been reported is a number of unfortunate fishermen who are unable to escape in time and getting covered in water. According to an investigation by the Royal Guard and Bracer Guild, it was a flying city from ancient Zemirian times. How exactly it came to be above Valeria Lake to begin with, or what caused it to collapse, remains to be confirmed. But it appears to be without a doubt that the international crime syndicate known as the Society was somehow involved. Interesting that they didn't pronoun Society with a capital S. But, wow, just reporting about Ouroboros and the Society in, like, national news, like now it's like presumably well known that they exist, which kind of checks given the large scale that they do stuff at. Well, this is yet to be officially confirmed. Reports suggest that an investigation team in the city encountered a group of Crimson soldiers there, supporting the above theory. This place is just one mystery after another, but we can't let those guys get away with any more than they already have, said a member of the team. Furthermore, as I said to Factory, and the Royal Army are planning to continue investigating the Liber Arc, and to this end we'll be launching a combined salvage operation. Rejoicing citizens. Yay. Recovering from the shutdown. Around the time of the Liber Arc's collapse, the orbital shutdown phenomenon that tormented the whole of the country finally ceased. As a result, many now believe that the city caused the phenomenon, but no conclusive proof of this has been established, and we can only await further research into the issue. Thoughts. The orbital shutdown phenomenon and the chaos that was created as a result have been a sobering reminder of just how dependent all of us are on orbits in our daily lives. Perhaps something similar may never happen again. This is still a good opportunity to reflect on just how much we owe to orbits, and perhaps to try and reduce our reliance on them. Proceeds into future games, where they become even more reliant on them. Because computers are becoming a very well-known and used thing. Politics. Crown Princess Claudia has been busy. As previously reported, Her Highness Princess Claudia is now this nation's crown princess. As a result, we are referring to her as such in all publications moving forward. Crown Princess Claudia wasted no time after assuming her position in meeting with Prince Olivert of the Araponian Empire, and together they reconfirmed our two nations' relationship with one another. After the discussions, they both boarded the Arsail together. Where did they get this picture, you might ask? Well, we have
orbital drones with cameras on them. Don't worry about it. Scene of the discussions. It's widely expected that this meeting will contribute to ensuring peaceful relations with Erebania in the future for about 3-4 years. In addition, the pair plan to both be in attendance at the upcoming banquet to be held at Granzo Castle. We will bring you all the latest on that in due time. Closing thoughts. As you all know, our homeland of Liberal has fallen victim to a vast number of calamities over the past year. There was the coup d'etat, the bizarre changes at the Tetrasug Towers, coming under the assault of an ancient dragon. Dragon with mind control. Our capital being attacked. Neil and Dorothy were on the airship. Okay, so maybe that was... So she just has a really good zoom camera. She's got a very good zoom feature. Capital being attacked, and finally, the Alaba Ark's appearance, as already discussed in this very issue. In this very issue. Caught the double. What you may not know, however, is that there is a group of young men and women who are involved in the resolution of all of these crises. Their steel-like will, cold steel, and unyielding determination leading them to their conclusions. If not for them, these crises may not have been resolved or taken a turn for the worse. I would like to take this opportunity to thank them all for what they have done for us. Thank you. You are truly this nation's great hope. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yes, Sir Ewan McGregor. Dude, I'm honestly pretty excited for the Cold Steel anime. Like, I'm not sure if it's gonna be great or anything. I'm just excited that's happening, right? Like, seeing a portion of the game, the Northern War animated from the viewpoint of not any of the characters that we know, from a new character's standpoint. Like, I'm so curious about this. I'm very intrigued. We don't talk about the fact that they ate 70 ice cream cones during the Grand Cell Festival last year. Can't be worse than the Sky OVA. Dude, I mean, for all the things the Sky OVA did, it gave us the best gif ever of the run-up, the sweep, and then the just nonchalant kick and collapse. Like, gonna be real here, that's a peak gif. If every OVA, if they made multiple OVAs and every OVA gave at least one masterpiece gif, I would count that as a win. Overall. Now, it's unfortunate that it's Estelle getting kicked in the ribs and collapsing. Yes, I would say that is very unfortunate. Now, is it highly comedic with the amount of lead-up going into it? Hilarious. What's taking you so long, Dorothy? Get a move on, I'm gonna leave you behind. Wait for me. No time for waiting. If we take much longer, the banquet's gonna start without us. We're talking about a big celebration held by the Queen here. Being late isn't an option. Well, I'm so hungry. She has like a 540 spin attack and prep for that attack. Yeah, right? Like, she spins far too much to the point where, like, you almost feel like, oh yeah, there's a lot of unneeded movement there, and that's why you could just nonchalantly kick her. I can't walk another step, even though we're going to a literal banquet where there'll be food that I could eat. I have a horrible feeling I know what's going on here. You skipped lunch so you could eat more at the banquet, didn't you? I didn't even eat breakfast. I haven't eaten a thing since yesterday. See, this is one of those things where I never really understood it. Like, does going without a day without eating really drain you so physically that you wouldn't be able to move? Because I feel like Science on Starvation would say otherwise. Or is this just one of those standard anime tropes where it's just like, oh, you caught a cold. You didn't catch a cold, anime protagonist number 5852. It seems like you caught the flu. Like, colds usually don't knock you on your ass so fucking hard that you can't even stand up and walk to the door without collapsing.
Like, that's not a cold. That's the flu. That's, like, you're getting hit by something but a cold. And one, you wouldn't get it just by being out in the rain. Dorothy being Dorothy, yeah. It depends. like, I think that's my biggest thing with colds and anime. I just want there to be one character where it's like, oh no, you're gonna catch a cold, and they'll be like, no, I won't. That's not how colds work. If I was gonna catch a cold, I was gonna catch it anyway. Like, because the gestation period, or whatever it's called, for, like, the cold virus is a few days. Like, it doesn't happen just because you got water on you. Bad days where my stomach is turning, but other days it is growling, but other days it does nothing. Yeah. But, goddamn anime. It's a love-hate relationship between you and I, anime. Sometimes you make me the happiest man in the world. Like the newest episode of Kaguya-sama Love is War with the fucking rap video and the freaking ending that's unique to it that I've been listening to fucking repeat every day. I say every day. It came out on like Saturday, I think. On YouTube because it's so fucking good. I love it. But then I hate you because you don't do body anatomy all that right. Although sometimes it's because sometimes they have big Bonkanaga hoogs. Some real Tanhangara cougars. And I like that. But other times I'm like, yo, that's not how spines work. Taking a broadsword through the sternum and not immediately dying. Or being sick. I don't think I've ever seen that. Pichu emote. Oh, fucking Christ. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, laddie. Oh, God, laddie. I didn't even eat breakfast. I haven't eaten a thing since yesterday. Going 30 hours without eating is making me feel all kinds of lightheaded. Okay, I can believe that. What the hell were you thinking? I can't move. Carry me. Hell no. Come on, we're going. There's no way we can miss an occasion like this. There's gonna be Adios knows how many famous people there. First on the agenda is snapping a photo of Her Majesty and the Crown Princess. And then, it's, you know, not carrying, but he's dragging her. Huh? This isn't actually so bad. Just fucking drag her by her freaking lapel. Fucking get over here. At one point, this very capital was placed in grave danger. Hey, there's Oliver. But thanks to the efforts of everyone here, and many others, all is well. Yo, I see Agate, and all our team. This humble banquet is intended to be an occasion to celebrate that fact, as well as to honor all those who contributed to making it a reality. If you would, Claudia. Of course. All those invited to today's party contributed in one way or another to protecting the peace of Liberal by ending the peril we were faced with. Whether it was extending a helping hand to those in need, or working to fight off the threats that instilled fear in the hearts of our people. As this country's future monarch, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you. Thank you all very much. Holding this party is nothing compared to all that you have done, but... We just made it! Phew, we're finally here. Food! Someone give me food! Fucking Christ. out onto the main stage. Oh god, this... Oh god, I would... It's like scenes like this in movies that I cringe so hard that I have to stop looking at the screen. Like there's a scene equivalent to this kind of cringe. Actually, more so. In the new Sonic movie. Because I went and saw that not this past weekend, but the weekend prior. And there is a hard-ass, like, internal, like, oh god, if this happened to me or I did this kind of cringe. Right? The hell you doing? Ian can wait. You got pictures to take. The Crown President's speech might be finishing soon. okay? Flash, flash. Flash, flash.
Well, I do hope you will all enjoy your time here all the same.
I'm sure you'll all be busy men and women, burdened with a great many responsibilities and concerns. But today I would ask that you all cast those aside in order to rest, relax, and enjoy yourselves. The food on offer here is some of the finest and liberal, so by all means partake until you can no more. And may the goddess bless this nation.
Like, I know questions the two reporters that just freaking walked on.
Well, it really is something else, huh?
Wow, okay, I think this is the first line of the game by Estelle that you can get. Because I don't think she shows up anywhere else. Estelle!
I'm not sure I could dress super nice, get up in front of a crowd like this, and make a big speech the way she just did. Yeah, she is. She said she wasn't feeling confident about how she'd do as Crown Princess before. From where I'm standing, she's doing just fine. Seeing her is making me feel kind of jealous, though.
I miss her so much. Yeah.
Wish I could pull off a fancy dress. I wish I could pull off fancy dresses the way she does. You got something to say, mister? Oh, it's nothing. You're just not all that girly most of the time, so it always takes me by surprise when you suddenly are. What do you mean I'm not girly? Sure, lately we've been so busy with helping get Liberal back in shape, so I haven't even had time to go back home. That doesn't mean I don't want to wear a pretty dress or something once in a while, you know? I know.
Completely forgot that this part was in the third. Thought it was in the credits that I don't watch because...
Still, it really is surprising just how much you've grown even in these past few weeks. I have? Well, it's been pretty tough running up and down the country so much, but you've kept up with ease. Your judgments as a bracer are getting more spot on with every decision you make. Fancy dress or not, I think you're a pretty wonderful person, Estelle.
Oh, what a sweet talker, Joshua.
I don't know why, but it's weird hearing you pile on the compliments so much. What can I say? I'm glad that things seem to have finally calmed down a bit on the work front these past few days. The capital might not be entirely the way it was, but it's getting there. I think we can finally afford to take a breather. Yeah. Oh, look!
Yay, Kevin.
Look at all that food! The chefs in the castle supposedly made the entire spread, too. There's no way I'm missing out on this! I didn't get to enjoy the food back during the birthday festivities, so now's my time to pig out big time. I'm gonna eat until I barf! Stay right here, okay, Joshua? I'm gonna go scope out the goods.
Sucking up after running away. If you don't know baseball, the game considers the credits to be a movie, and when I've done runs, the movies are turned off, so the music plays on a blank screen. Oh, okay. Interesting. I don't know if I've turned off movies. I don't think I have. But I think it doesn't play like a opening credits movie when I'm waiting on the screen.
She may have grown in some areas, but she's still got a ways to go in others.
Hey, look, how you doing, Joshua? Estelle's not here with you.
She just went to get food a second ago, actually. Are you two here for more work than for fun?
Bingo. Not many occasions where this many famous faces are gathered in one place. There's no way we could pass up the chance to come and score some interviews. Don't think you're getting out of here without answering some questions either. We got to you two later. So no going home until you've spoken to us, alright?
Alright.
Great. Next up is the Crown Princess. Hop to it, Dorothy.
I can't go on. I need something to eat. Let me have something to eat.
Not until we're done. Questions to ask, photos to take.
Why are you so mean?
Could never skip some credits, especially I swear.
He's even more fired up today than usual. Wonder how Estelle's doing.
Probably arguing, yeah. Because I saw Josette at the bar next to Annalise.
So much for scoping out the food. I suppose there's as good chance as any. I owe a lot to the people on a personal level here, too. Maybe I should go around and thank them while I have the chance.
Oh no, it's a talk sequence! Yeah, start at the top, right?
Oh, I wasn't expecting to find you here. Still, thank you very much for your support during the attack on Grand Sal. It really did help us all. Oh, please. I only did what I did because it was one of His Excellency's bail conditions. Make no mistake, I wouldn't have helped any of you worthless Drex otherwise. You wouldn't think it would be so hard to accept a thank you.
I mean, I've played the games like 3 times each casually with New Game Plus, Cleanup, and Practice Mode. Yeah, Practice No Playthrough, yeah. Yeah, of all the people that I think drop by my chat, Fontaine, you've probably played the games the most. Think Neko Dave might be a close second. Also, Party Talk is Trails gameplay. I mean, that's true.
You're able to make it, Richard?
Thanks to Brigadier General Bright's generosity, yes. I've received an official pardon from Her Majesty for my actions.
Planned a coup?
Got pardoned. Yeah!
Probably for foiling the Society's attack on Grand Sal, right? That's good news. Happy for you.
Richard! Dude, are you referencing Metal Wolf Chaos? That Richard? Or this Richard? Richard. I wish I could say the same, but I don't feel as though I deserve to be pardoned at all. Now that the nation is at peace, I feel this is the time I should be facing up to my crimes, not having them swept under the rug.
I can't say I don't understand, but still.
Please, Joshua. You needn't look so concerned. I have no intention of refusing Her Majesty's kindness or going against her will. I merely feel a strong desire to settle things within myself, and I fully intend on following through. That is all.
Alright then.
Dude, I feel like I would like to see a Trails game where, like, the party that you play as is all the villains that get, like, redeemed, kinda, or, like, brought back to, like, the good side. I think that would be pretty cool. Like, Trails from Villainy. Or, like, characters who were in a villainous position at one point. Because, right, Aurelia is arguably a villain in Cold Steel 2, right? Because she's fighting for the Noble Alliance and stuff. But in 3 and 4, she's less of a villain. Yeah, 2 birds, 1 stone. Besides, you played CS. Richard was right. Yeah, honestly, yeah. Yeah, he was. We need to build up the military because Arabonia could do their shit again.
Oh, Joshua! It's been a long time since I last saw you!
It's good to see you again too, Professor. Although speaking of the last time, I heard there's a plan in motion to pull up the Labyrinth from the lake and investigate it.
You heard right. It'll be carried out in conjunction with the Royal Army. That's not to say it'll be easy, of course. Well, here, the lake's fairly deep, so we can't start hauling up bits of the city all willy-nilly. So we're intending to do work on making a map of the lake's bottom using sonar first, which is going to take quite some time as it is.
I'm surprised there's no orbital submarines yet. Primrose, get a lot of gas bar. I ain't food here. I'll taste much better while it's still hot.
I wish I hadn't collapsed all of a sudden like that to begin with. Just 1 more hour, I could have taken a research sample too. Well, there's no point in lamenting what you can't do anything about. Just have to make do with what I've got.
How's it going, you guys?
So when are you coming?
Hold on, I haven't even...
Oh, Joshua!
Hey man, making the rounds? Going under the water? The future is in the skies, Bison. You know what? Where am I going to get the trails of oceans? Where am I going to get trails of the water? Trails of the bubbling brook. Or babbling brook. It's babbling brook, isn't it? Babbling brook.
Something like that, yeah. Anything interesting going on with you? Sort of. Hackett said he was going to come over for dinner in Sice a while back, so I was just asking him when he's free. Oh, that's right. So he did. When we were getting off the Arcel, right? I didn't really mean it, though. It was just one of those things you say in passing but don't give much thought to.
When you reach the eastern end of Zumerian, it's literally just Japan. Yeah, right?
I ain't exactly swimming in free time, you know? Being a bracer's busy work.
So does Joshua, Professor. You'd have something to bury that way.
I'd like to go, sure, but I've got no idea if I'll actually have the time to do it. I have been looking forward to you coming ever since.
Okay. Let me think. Maybe the end of the month? That should be okay. I think that Friday is free. Think.
Really? Is that a promise?
Yeah, I guess. Oh, he is wrapped around her finger. I mean, who wouldn't be, right? Like, Tita is fucking cute as a button. Or, like, I can't even say it's whipped. I can't even say he's whipped. Right? Like, you look, like, if Toa, Tita, what's her face from Crossbell, green hair girl, the future sight one, her, I haven't played her get Kia. That's it. Kia. I haven't played Crossbow yet. I'm still forgiven for not knowing her name that well. I'm claiming that forgiveness. I'm reaching into the void, claiming it. Kia. Right? Like, those three characters. Tita, Kia, Toa. If any of them so much as look at you and ask for something, you are going to bend over backwards to make them happy. Right? Like, it's one of those things, right, where, like, even the sourest, most edgy people, right, like, I would say Agate's equivalent in Crossbell is Ash, right? At no point do I think Ash ever sasses Instructor Toa. He'll sass literally anyone else. But I don't think he ever sasses Instructor Toa. I don't think there's any conversation, him referring to her, like, them talking together. I don't think there has ever been an instance of him being the sassiest, most edge character in that arc going against her. Now, that might be because they never actually do, but I still don't think he would be able to resist. That is my claim. And in this paper, I will explain. I just want Tita to be happy. And really, who doesn't? Right? Like, that's the thing. Like, you just want Tita to be happy. Tita took a small notebook and started scribbling in it. She's writing the date.
So what kinds of dishes do you like? Any old sad groceries I can shove down my neck is fine by me. Nothing special at all?
Well...
I think it'd be better I leave them alone for now. I wouldn't want to get in their way.
Taking notes, like... Dude, she is head over heels for Agate. And, like, you know what? I'm just happy for her. Oh, hello! Joshua!
Surprised to see you here, Dan. Though you said over the phone you wouldn't be able to attend before you're so swamped.
Oh, swamped is an understatement. Transporting goods need to get the country back in order, making sure every area has all the utilities it needs. I'm drowning in work. It's going to take a while longer before we can say Liberal's back to normal, too, I fear.
Come to think of it, Still, I certainly didn't expect to find soldiers even in Liberal's smaller villages, so it threw us off to see as much while we were helping out where we could. Doesn't come as a surprise if you're the one responsible, though. Should go a long way toward helping people feel at ease.
It feels like it's times like these when we've got to do all we can for one another, and the army's no different. With Ereboni and Calvard's international political situations a mystery to us, the reorganization of the army has had to be shelved for now too. Still, no matter how busy a man is, everyone needs to kick back in a while. So make sure you make the most of tonight, Joshua. Make your papa proud.
Think you need to kick back more than I do, Dad. Stell's been pretty worried about you, you know?
There's no need to worry about me. I'm hanging in there. In fact, I'd say I'm taking it too easy. Don't you worry about me. In fact, I'm taking it easy while passing along the tough jobs to you guys. Someone complained about the fact that Cassius picks up a blade during the Eventide event, claiming it was because Ring's special because Cassius wouldn't take up a sword again. I just viewed it as a favor to his master. Yeah, I would say. And also, like the thing is, right, like, that entire Eventide event, right, it's not in a combat, like, war sense. He's not trying to hurt anyone there. It's purely for the sake of training a person. That it's like, hey, you are trying to ascend to mastery level of using a katana. And the entire idea is to fight against yourself in the truest way. And we don't want to break whatever mind illusion we're having right now. And having the same weapon will help that illusion sit in harder. like, the way I see it, it's like, he's not, yeah, he wasn't even fighting with it, literally holding back. Yeah, like, he's not, like, the way I always took it as him putting down his sword is, I don't want to hurt people anymore with this sword, right? He took up the staff because it's not a bladed weapon, it's easier to pacify people with it. And therefore, that's what he uses now. Exactly, what's wrong with that? Plus, Cassius says in later that he doesn't hate the sword, just that it's not for him. Yeah, right? Like, I feel like trying to, it's one of those things where it's like, if you take it at face value, right? Like, oh, I put down my sword forever. It's like, okay, if you're taking only that context and seeing that later, sure, whatever. But that's ignoring the entire character aspect of it and the situational aspect of him using the sword. Right? Like, pretty clear, he was like, I don't want to hurt any people. After I left the military, I joined the Bracers and took up the staff. Because it's a more peaceful weapon. Besides, it's not even his sword. Speaking of not even his sword, we're gonna bring back the Edgelord Raiden from Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, because I also like the music in that game. And it's like, you know, maybe my sword isn't... I didn't want to wield my sword in vengeance, in anger. But this isn't my sword. Like, just the edgiest, like, middle school teenage lines delivered with the utmost sincerity with that voice. It's just like, it's so edge, you have to love it. It's so great. I love Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. I've never played it. I've only watched other people play it, but I love it. Sounds like a Zoro line, yeah, right? Although Zoro totally uses 3 swords in murder and anger. As far as I remember, I haven't caught up with One Piece. I stopped reading it a while ago. But now that I'm more visiting the library, maybe I'll get back into it.
You two look comfortable. Oh, if it isn't Joshua. Here to join us for a few drinks.
Don't be shy now! The night is only just beginning! But I want to see those exquisite amber eyes of yours swim before it comes to a close.
I'm good, thanks. Oh, come on, we're at a celebratory banquet here. Don't be such a spoil sport. Oh, I know. Why don't we have a few drinks to celebrate you becoming a senior bracer at the same time?
One day I will play Raiden, and it will be the only MGS game I play, and that will be my entire knowledge of the series firsthand. I mean, you really do not need a lot of knowledge about the world to enjoy it. You really don't. Like, I think the only thing you need to know is it, like, takes place after, I think, Sons of the Patriots or whatever, or something like that. So I think MGS 4, I think? Can't quite remember.
It feels like it was ages ago, but we never did get to celebrate your promotion. Only Estelle's. Say, Shara, about Luciola. Silly Joshua. What are you getting all worried about her for? You really needn't be.
Shara's right. Especially not now. We all have our concerns and worries after all that happened over the past few weeks and months. But this is not the time to be thinking about them. This is the time to be making merry and drowning in fine drink. From sunset to sunrise.
Right. The only MGS game I've played is Twin Snakes, and I almost killed myself smoking.
See, I've never played an MGS game. I've only ever watched other people play through them. And most of the time it's in like a speedrun setting.
I don't think there's ever a time for not making merry as far as you're concerned. You just got a point, though. Oh, and while I got the chance to say this to you, no more going off on your own, you hear? You have no idea how worried Estelle was about you after you last disappeared. I could barely bring myself to watch her. I won't. Got no intention of doing anything like that again. I'm fine now. Well, if you say so.
That docile expression of yours is so adorable, Joshua. Don't go showing off that face too much tonight, alright? It feels good to go back into Olivier voice. Oh, yes, indeed. I'm Olivier Lenheim. Shara, please. It's our wedding night. Neko Dave, perfect time for Trails of Talk Steel.
Olivier, is it okay if you're in here and liberal?
Well, I thought you need to be back in the Empire. Well, I will go back eventually. For now, however, I intend to savor the lingering feelings of this whirlwind of a ride. Remaining behind afforded me the chance to attend this wonderful party to boot. As you can see, my fine instincts have yet to fail me. Hope you're doing well, Neko Dave. And I might as well break the news to you. I bought a mattress today. Yay! Pretty penny, too. I'd say I splurged a bit, but I don't plan on buying a mattress anytime again in the next 10 years. So, whatever. I'm okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing pretty darn good. Glad to be playing this game. Started a bit late, started about like 20 minutes later, 30 minutes later than I usually do. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna go 20 or 30 minutes later than I regularly plan to, because that's not how sleep schedules work. Yay! Gotta love the human body. Yeah, God, I can't tell you how much I wish it would be like. I wish sleep was just like a switch, right? Where you just like switch it, sleep, and then you're like set it for 8 hours, boom, up, and then you're good. And then like if you stay up later, you could just switch it and sleep exactly 8 hours and be fine. Like I wish that was how the body worked. Mattress Pog, yeah, I got a hybrid mattress. I think it's called like a intelligent sleep mattress. See, I don't want to give too many details, right? Because I don't want to. Like that's one thing where like. I don't like putting out the price of things that I buy out on stream because I don't want to. Like, there's a level where it's like, even if you're saying in honesty, right, where you're just like, oh yeah, this is just how much I spent, don't think of it. Other people may or may not think of it that way. They might be like, oh no, he's trying to like beg for subs or stuff to reimburse him. It's like, no, that's never the case. I only ever spend the money that I get from my job. Right? Like, all the Twitch stuff, like, I feel like Bison afraid of flexing. Bitch, I've never been afraid of flexing. Dude, look at these guns! Yeah, you can see a slight indent there. See, I like the outside edge of my... I think that takes on a little bit more of a contour. Although I've always been more of a fan of my legs because I played soccer. Yeah, there's my leg. You don't see that much as a streamer. Oh shit. I don't have an OnlyFans. I can't show my feet. Yeah, I played soccer, or football, as I presume Neko Dave calls it. Question: why is it called soccer? Can someone Google that for me? Like right now, I want to know why it's called soccer and not football. That seems like such a weird thing. But speaking of staying up, I gotta go back to work for overnight. Oof, that's rough. But yeah, no, I just never want to like. Flex any monetarily ways, like right, like I'll tell, like if it's about a product, right, like, oh, I have a Blue Yeti microphone, like a standard Blue Yeti microphone, not one of the micros away, and it's like, okay, that's the standard streaming equipment. I think I've listed that I had it as streaming equipment somewhere prior before, and you can just find it on Amazon, right? Like it's not a big thing. Or my face cam, or my monitors, or a controller, right? But like big things, like my PC, I feel like I'm more fine because it's almost implied with what I say is in it, with the price of it. But with like a big thing like a mattress or how much do I pay for rent, it's like those are a bit almost like, I don't want to say too personal because I'm not opposed to sharing them if asked, right? Like, but I never want to be under a situation where someone, right, like if I were talking one-on-one with someone, like in a Discord call and someone asked, I'd be like, oh yeah, no, I can tell you. But because I'm streaming and it's going on an archive and someone might get the wrong idea, I don't want to say it. 1889 soccer, later soccer, oh, so it was soccer. Later soccer, okay, so originally universally slang with jocular formation from a shortened form of association, abbreviation of association and football association, as opposed to rugby football. Compare rugger. An unusual method of formation, but those who did it perhaps shied away from making a name out of the first three letters of association compared. Ah, okay, so even though association, right, has the C as like an S sound, because they took out a bit of it, it made the C hard, and especially because they doubled it up and did double it up, so now it's soccer. Okay, interesting. I like it. Derives from the Association Football. Yeah. Yeah, that's really neat. I like that. That's cool.
Feels like no amount of alcohol is enough to get me drunk lately. I don't know what's up with me. On the positive note, though, maybe now I can actually beat Ina in a drinking contest. Just her to find a positive in that.
Okay, so let's get back to trails of conversation. Okay, so let's... Yeah, so I did that. And one else over here. Let's talk to you.
Oh, it's you. Heard you've been lending a hand with the restoration efforts in addition to all you did with the Liber Arc. You have my thanks.
Bye, Bison. See you later. Bye, Fontano. Thanks for dropping by, everyone. You know what? Drop dab in the chat for Fontano. He deserves it. Oh yeah, I forgot to do my nasal spray. Excuse me. I got nasal spray because my doctor prescribed it to me to see if maybe that'll work instead of getting, or to figure out why I just have like a one nasal, like near completely congested at all times, but it'll switch between the two. So he has me on, I think, like antihistamine, like, based nasal spray instead of like steroid based. But yeah,
You have my thanks.
you're quite welcome, sir. I wasn't expecting him to thank me. Wonder if something happened.
The Bracer Guild has helped us in a number of ways recently. You have my thanks.
Okay. Name's some party, isn't it? I don't think you'll find a banquet with a guest quite the same way. I used to be a businessman, so I've been to a fair share of occasions like this. Mayor Norman, yeah. I've never been able to any of this many famous people in attendance. Oh, you needn't worry about us. The Academy suffered no major damage as a result of what happened. It was certainly a shock to the students, but back to the usual cheery selves now. I'd heard the Academy was actually occupied by armed assailants at one point. I was ever so worried when I first heard the news. It's a pleasure to see you again, Joshua. You too, Leela. How have you been? I have, thank you. Or have you been well? Although, I wish I could say the same for the mayor. She collapsed from overworking herself the other day. As such, I had no choice but to force her to take some time off work. That bad? I'm afraid so. She was finally able to rest and recover enough to my satisfaction, thankfully, so she's now returned to her duties. I assure you that she's in good hands. Ugh. Okay, how's it going?
Greetings, Joshua.
Colonel Sid. I'd like to take this chance to thank you again for all your team did to thwart Ouroboros' schemes and return peace to Liberal. The debt of gratitude we owe is beyond measure. Please, you're exaggerating, sir. We may have been the ones who entered the Liber Arc, but we wouldn't have had a chance of success if we were on our own. It's only because of you, Richard, Kurt, and the others fighting on the ground that we were able to succeed. We could certainly say the same of you, though. Although, it is true that none of us could have brought about peace alone. Still, I've been wanting the chance to thank you personally for all you did. The faith we had in you to see your work through to the end was just what we needed to fight. Okay. Okay, did that. And I went over there. Already did that over there. Okay, good. Hey, Joshua. I didn't expect to see you guys here. You were invited then?
Sure was. An invitation just showed up out of nowhere. You can imagine our surprise when we saw the thing. No way we were turning down some high-class grub, though, so we hurried on over.
That's very like you. Not gonna deny it. That said, thanks to Her Majesty pardoning us, we're now free to walk around in the open. Feels like we should start thinking about how to make a good, honest living for ourselves. That's not the first time you've said that. Something about wanting to start up a courier service, right? Well, maybe, but that's not the only thing we could try out. Whatever we settle on, it should involve flying to the skies. That's how we've always lived so far. I don't want to change now. Still, the best thing about starting up a company is we'd be able to employ all the guys who worked under us while we were in the Skybands business. I mean, I ain't saying it's gonna be easy. We don't have any funding. We don't know if we'll even be profitable once we do get things up and running. Oh, you're not gonna hear me say no. All the complicated financial stuff goes right over my head, so just don't count on me there. I might be right up Josette's alley.
Kevin? I wasn't expecting you to still be in Liberal. Oh, what's up? You invited too, huh? Makes sense. So, having fun? You better be. Take it from me. If you don't make the most of times like these and eat your heart out, you're gonna regret it later. Thank you very much for all you did for me, Kevin. If you hadn't come to Libro when you did, don't sweat it. Not like I did anything special. Glad to see all the side effects look about gone, too. You're looking spiffy these days, Joshua. So yeah, just forget about owing me or whatever. It's all in the past. I'm not sure if I should ask this, but are you? Joshua, I'm not gonna be in Liberal for much longer, so this might be the last time we meet for a while. But I hope we'll get the chance to see each other again one day. Yeah, I hope so too. It's nice to be able to attend a banquet like this. It truly drives home the point that this nation is back at peace again. The trouble regarding the latter arc and subsequent restoration efforts have really shown me anew how capable a ruler Queen Alicia is. She's handled all that's happened impeccably. If all of this had happened in the Republic, it wouldn't have been resolved anywhere near as smoothly, let me tell you.
How's it going, Joshua?
Roseanne, thanks again for all the help you've been giving with the restoration efforts. I don't know what we'd have done without you.
Like that palace in CS3, the dialogue final boss. Oh, it really is. But this is a door. Hey, think nothing of it. It's all part of being a bracer, really. Can't say how much longer I'll be able to lend a helping hand, though. Gotta pack up and head back home at some point. Political situation isn't exactly stable over there, you see?
Was that why Kilika wasn't able to make it then?
Yeah, the guild receptionists are basically chained to their seats at the moment. Although, to be honest, I can't picture her getting all dressed up and coming to a party like this anyway.
Well, in fact, in Japanese, Kevin and Becky from CS have the same accent. Really? Okay, so they both have... I'm guessing it's presumably like an Osaka accent. Whereas in this game, I've arbitrarily given him a New England accent, and Becky has an Irish brogue, it seems, or like a Scottish kind of accent. Oh, what's your doing? Kind of accent, because that's the accent of all the people from Celtic, because they're Celtic, basically. So I guess they're supposed to be Scottish, but I don't have a trained enough ear to really be able to tell the difference, unfortunately. Apologies to any Scottish or Irish viewers.
I'm just an ignorant American. What do you want from me? I only know English. What am I supposed to do?
I understand that the Irish and Scottish accent is an accent on English. I get that. Okay, we got the bunch of maids. Miss Maid, I need some food. Go pick it up yourself. How's it going over here?
I swear, it's like watching two children squabble. It's great that we're peaceful again and all, but I think these two are taking things a little too easy.
After all the work we've been doing lately, it's great to be able to come to a swanky place like this and put our feet up. The food's pretty good too, Munch.
Wow, I didn't know Josette was from the nobility. I always pictured Arabonian nobles as being real stuffy and scary. Maybe there are a few cute ones mixed in there?
Greetings, Joshua. You've done some fine work these past couple of weeks. The damage reports on the regions of Liberal you've been provided invaluable, and have proved invaluable in allocating personnel. Can't imagine Kevin with a Scottish accent. Yeah, which is why I'm presuming it's not Scottish, and because that's the thing, right? Where it's like accents in Japan, as far as I understand, because like English and Japanese are very different languages, not just in the way that they like sentence structure, but also in like them being like, I believe Japanese is defined as a tonal language, and English is defined as a stressed language or something like that. And like, or no, it's like Japanese is like a pitched language, whereas English is like a stressed language or something, where it's like accents will differ based on like
whether or not a certain word is said with an upward pitch and a lower pitch on subsequent, like, portions of the word, whereas English accents are more on, like, how a word is stressed different. I think it's hard to describe. I think it's consign Japanese. I might be wrong, but anyway, the world simply wasn't ready for Scottish Kevin. Yeah, no. Scottish Kevin would have been weird. I feel. But I would have been all for it. I really can't thank you enough. But you need to thank me. By the way, Kurt, I feel like I need to say something regarding my bracer badge. As you probably already know, what power I have was given to me by the Society. Before becoming a bracer, I used to commit many unforgivable crimes, too. No matter how much I think about it, I just can't see how someone like me is fit to call himself a bracer. You know, Joshua, I've always seen power as an imperfect concept, and that's why I believe people are able to use it. Am I wrong? No, I suppose not. And what difference is there between us? We are both keenly aware of our flaws, and yet we both use what limited power we have to do what we believe to be right. I see no difference. Well, I can't really argue with that logic. I still can't pretend to be completely confident in myself, though. Be that as it may, that's nothing to be ashamed of. You should simply continue striving to overcome it. And while this is but my personal opinion, I mean, we already let Sarah join. Yeah, right? We already let Sarah join, we let Fee join, we let... like... they both... Yeah, you know, it's really... Braces to let anyone who wants to do good in, basically. Well, this is just my personal opinion. I'd say you're a model bracer. It's good to see you again, huh? You were here as the Bracer Guild's representative today, is that true? Indeed, all of the other receptionists are busy, you see. I was the only one able to attend. That's too bad. Isn't it, though? This would have been a fine time for us to exchange information. But oh well. There's always tomorrow, as they say.
I figured that'd be the case. Looks like I'm the most fit to be at this party after all. Besides, I've been to plenty of high society gatherings wearing poofy dresses.
Hey, don't make it sound like I've never worn a dress before, because I have, for your information. I just don't need to go around trying to convince everyone that I'm not a boy, unlike some people I could name. Try saying I look like a boy again and see what happens! Look, you two, I appreciate that you have your differences. We're kind of in a really public, really high-class place here. So could you take this fight somewhere else? Shut up, Joshua! Wow. Sorry. Damn right I can. You're on. Just don't cry when you realize you can't actually beat me, though. Okay, then. Have it your way. How about you and me settle this with an honorable duel? Think you can handle it? Ah, if it isn't Joshua. I was just discussing the aftermath of the crisis here with Major Vander.
Fortunately, the Laborark's collapse caused little direct damage by itself.
That might not have been the case if there had been any ships on the lake at the time, but due in part to the orbital shutdown phenomenon, none were. The tsunami afterwards was quite small, too. I'd say we were rather fortunate. This down there were able to see as much when we traveled around the lakeshore. Few people who were watching the sea collapse were caught up in it, and a small number of fishermen were splashed with water, but that's about it.
Indeed. If anything, the much greater problem was the confusion that came about as a result of losing orbital power. Liberal is, after all, one of the most advanced nations on the continent when it comes to orbital technology.
Ordinarily, that is one of our greatest strengths, but in this case, it worked against us. The crisis has now passed, but that doesn't mean our work is done. We still have plenty ahead of us to take care of.
Ah, just the man, just the man!
Pardon?
Oh? Is this the boy you were speaking of earlier?
That's correct, this is Joshua. I was just telling the ambassador here about your various accomplishments, Joshua.
It's an honor to finally meet you. I'm the resident Terrebonian ambassador here in Liberal, Davil Krena.
It's nice to meet you.
To tell how you flew on top of that flying city, all while knowing it may be the last thing you did brought tears to my eyes. How you were able to participate in an operation that may have brought your death, casting aside even your girlfriend's objections, I don't know. But I know this. Liberal needs more young men and women like you.
Thank you for saying so, sir. Just what has the Duke been telling him?
But all was well that ended well. By miraculous chance, the two were able to reunite.
To go without saying how touched I am to see such spirit from our youths of today. You're truly liberals' greatest treasures. Good evening to you. Thank you so much for the time to attend tonight's banquet.
No, not at all. How are you feeling now after having some time to recover, Philip?
I'm feeling quite well. You're too kind.
Whipped again. Yeah, okay. I will say Joshua probably is more on the whipped spectrum than Agate is.
Yeah. I do believe I may have overexerted myself. That's how things are once you've reached a certain age. I find myself wondering whether I would have been able to do more if I were 30 years younger. But I suppose there's little point in doing so.
I wonder what he looked like 30 years ago. Nope, sorry, Philip, I just can't picture it.
He always looked like an old butler, man.
Good evening, Your Majesty. Thank you very much for inviting me today.
Oh, not at all. I'm pleased to see you've come. I've been eagerly awaiting the day we could meet again. I hear you and Estelle have been traveling and helping with the restoration efforts.
That's correct. We both wanted to see how things were across the kingdom with our own eyes. I'm glad we did too, because now I can finally breathe a sigh of relief. People really are strong.
That they are. I've been coin for over 40 years, and the strength of liberal citizens continues to amaze me to this day. There are plenty who like to credit either my abilities as a ruler or my technology for this tiny nation's good fortune, but we would be nothing without its people. I wasn't the one who allowed us to overcome the recent crisis, or the war 10 years ago, and neither was herbal technology. No, I believe it was the will of its people to live. That's what I believe supports our country, both then and now.
People's will to live.
Indeed. You were gracious enough to call the country your second home, Joshua. From now on, your will to live will be another great support for this nation. As its queen, that makes me happier than you can imagine.
Thank you, Your Majesty. Your words mean a lot to me.
If you would, Your Highness, a comment in celebration of the fact that the crisis is past now. Just nothing too formal, alright? I'd prefer something that brings out your bright and cheery nature.
What? You'd like me to give a comment? Well, let's see.
Looks like she's being interviewed at the moment. I should leave her be for now.
Okay, so is there a particular place I need to go to? Okay, then have it your way. Or do I need to talk to her again? I think you'd like me to give a comment. Let's see. Yeah, hi Joshua, Heart Post Spies. I do hope you enjoy yourself. You're back normal. Sir Jim. We seem to get cast guess. Yeah. I was gonna fan the side of it all. Is there any... Do I need to, like, go to the set? Okay, good. Please don't shuffle everyone around again and make me talk to him.
Okay, I think that's about everyone now. There are a few people I didn't get to talk to, though, so hopefully I can make another round of the party later once they're free.
Oh, here we go. Come on, Dorothy. We're talking to the military guys next. Get a move on, woman. We haven't got all day.
Neil, I don't feel too good. My stomach feels like a giant bottle of water.
That's what happens when you drink way too much in a short period of time, you idiot. But never mind that. We got work to do.
Okay.
God, I love Dorothy.
Joshua?
Hey, Chloe. Only got a bit of a break? Must be exhausting having to do one interview after another.
Well, I suppose it is a little. Not too bad, though. I've had to do a lot more of them ever since becoming Crown Princess, so I'm starting to get used to them.
I can believe it. Feels like I've been seeing your face in all kinds of papers and magazines lately. I think anyone would learn to adjust after a while.
Well, you know.
It probably wouldn't be too long before it starts to die down, so just hang in there. All you can really do is grin and bear it until then, unfortunately.
Yes, I know. That's exactly what I intend to do, too. I swore to myself that I would do all I could to help and protect this country's people. Accepting a few interviews here and there is the easy part.
Well, if you say so. You really are strong.
I'm not so sure about that. I still feel as though I'm doubting myself a lot of the time. Like I just have to keep going out of my comfort zone, feeling reckless with every push.
Maybe so. Still doesn't change the fact that you're strong. Not to me, anyway. I remember the strength you showed trying to protect Clem when we first met, too.
Thank you. I nearly forgot about that. Maybe now would be the best time after all?
Something on your mind, Chloe? Could I have a little of your time, Joshua? I've got something I want to say to you.
Sure. Okay.
This way, then. It's just me, or does she seem kind of bothered by something? Where's Estelle right now, anyway? I got stomachs to spare!
Oh, she's picking up a pace. This could get interesting.
Whose side are you on, anyway? I guess I can just leave her as she is for now. She seems pretty occupied. I should go and see what Chloe wants then. Have I done something to make her angry, though? I don't feel like I have.
Nah, dude. Little lover boy. Coming over here. Little stud.
So, Chloe, what was it you wanted to tell me? Look, if I've done something to offend you, I'm sorry, alright? I love you, Joshua.
Damn.
What? Well... I'm sorry. I'm happy you feel that way, but... Don't worry. I knew exactly how you were going to respond before I said anything. I just felt like I had to get that out before I could really start moving on. The sky sure is beautiful tonight, isn't it? How long have you, well, felt that way? Say, Joshua, if you had met me before Estelle, do you think you would have, well... No. I'm pretty sure that never would have happened. Sorry. I told you. Don't worry. I can't deny there's a part of me that wants to keep you all to myself. But even if that were possible, I don't think it would be what I truly wanted. Because when it comes down to it, I really love both you and Estelle. That's partly why I wanted to see that's partly why I wanted to see that troubled face of yours one last time before I invited you to a threesome in 5 years' time. It was worth the effort to bring out, too. That was probably the best expression I've seen to date. You can be kind of a bully sometimes, you know that? Maybe. This feels like the most fun I've had in some time. So, what's on your mind, Joshua? What? I can easily tell you're worried about something. My instincts are quite sharp, or so I'd like to believe. Besides, I was watching you the whole time I was handling that interview earlier. Oh. How exactly am I supposed to take that? Still, you're hiding something, aren't you? Are you planning on doing something all on your own again? Your instincts are sharp, alright? Still surprises me from time to time, too, but you're definitely up there. Well, that's just how us girls are. So, come on. Tell me what's troubling you. It's nothing that major, really. I intend to leave Liberal by the end of the month. But why? The country's finally at peace now. That's exactly why I think this is the right time. Ouroboros seems to have completely withdrawn from the country, and the restoration efforts are coming along smoothly. So maybe it's about time for me to leave on a journey of my own. It's taken me a long time to get this far, but I've finally been able to start thinking of myself as a person and not some kind of broken doll. I was finally able to achieve the very thing everyone wanted for me. That's been both a good thing and a bad thing. Good in that I finally feel human. Bad in that my heart's been aching in a way it never did before. Broken dolls can easily look away from all that terrible things they've done. But I can't do that anymore. Oh. That's why I need to go on this journey around the continent. So I can work towards atoning for all that I've done. So I can start embracing the person I am now. In the truest sense of the word. I see. But if you do that, that means you won't be able to see Estelle for a while. Yeah, I know. Might not even be for a while. Could be a long time. Still not sure how to break that to her either. That's the part that's on my mind right now. It took a lot of growing up to do, young man. Huh? If you ask me, you should just tell her in a way that comes most naturally to you. You don't have to write some big speech in your head in advance. Speak to her from your heart. You believe in her, don't you? No matter how you phrase it, she'll understand. All you have to do is get those words out there. You owe that much to her if you love her. And you know that, right? Yeah, I do. I really am hopeless, aren't I? You shouldn't have to tell me something that obvious. You wouldn't be you if I didn't have to tell you. Plus, that kind of thing's part of why I love you too. Please stop teasing me. Just remember, it'll be okay. If anyone knows you, it's Estelle. Although if you ask me, she'll... Joshua, where are you? Oh, there you are! Look at these! They're Joseph's goggles! I took them from her as spoils of war.
I got her goggles! Now I'm a Digimon protagonist!
I'm glad you're having fun, Estelle. Make sure you give those back to Josette later, okay? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Tune in into next week's issue to find out. Wait, hold on. Chloe? I suppose it's about time I return to the banquet now. You can have Joshua back now, Estelle. Sure? Hey, Chloe? So, I'm not sure how to best put this either, but, thanks. I'm glad I was able to talk to you like this. Really. I am. Oh. You're very welcome. Well then, I wish you both a very pleasant night. The heck? So, Joshua, what did you two, talk about? Nothing much. You just gave me a bit of much-needed motivation.
Ugh. The nasal spray medicine tastes terrible, and like the phlegm I'm getting in my nose right now has the taste. Oh, it is not great. The OT3 in action? Yeah, right.
Oh, really? That sure clears things up.
Oh, yeah, it's not great. You know, give me a sec. I'm gonna... Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, when you don't have any tissues, so you're just like, okay, I gotta do the dad thing and just go and just basically hock a loogie. But you don't want that on mic, so.
It's been 5 years and still has believed in me for every single one.
Fucking Christ. Immediately get stuffed up again. Nasal spray does shit.
And I believe in her too. No, it doesn't. What motivation? Stell, I've got something I need to tell you. I'm all ears. What's up? Well, you see... Oh!
Yeah! Fireworks!
Wow, fireworks? They're so pretty! There's so many of them, too!
What is it? Not Tame, what do they always say in the Japanese animes? Say like 2 words. I think they're what, like... towns? Like where they're rumored to have like originated in Japan or something like that? You see, Estelle? Yeah, okay. Sad story, the banquet finished. Such good writing in this game. Dude, it's really good. Learn the recipe for luxurious lunch. 3,500 Mir. Cool. Okay. And going to go to the sealed area, basement, because I believe that's all the doors I can do now. Over here. Oh damn! I was gonna try and avoid the avoid the cutscene. Oh well. Well, this should take us to the third plane. But yeah, this warp ended up being in the exact spot that device to seal the Oriole was in the real world.
Device? Are you referring to the first barrier mentioned in that report?
Yeah, the one designed to temporarily freeze it in another dimensional space. Although unfortunately for the guys who pulled it off, it looks like even that wasn't enough to stop the Gospels being able to influence it.
I see. We still don't know what happened to the Oriole either. Seems to be many who think that the Liber Arc collapsing means the Oriole itself is no more too. Which is possible, I suppose. All we really know is that judging by how shaken Weissman was, something unexpected happened. Beyond that, nothing. I fear Professor Weissman may be the only one who knows the truth about exactly what happened, though I don't have the faintest idea where he could be now or what he's doing there.
He is dead.
What? But the reports say quite clearly.
No one in the church is sure what happened to him either. It's still being looked into. Still, I think it's fairly safe to say that Weissman isn't involved in what's happening right here. If he were, I'm sure he'd be openly reveling every second of this. You all know what kind of guy he is.
That's true. He doesn't really have anything to gain by wearing a mask like that, I suppose.
We got way too many unanswered questions at this point. All we can do is keep looking for answers. The less we know, the more we have to be on guard, though. So, we best be careful. Right, Reese?
I suppose so.
Okay. So, this is where I'm going to save and end for the night, because I've been going for almost 3.5 hours, and it's about 10:15 p.m. where I am, so I need to start getting ready for bed. But, thank you everyone for dropping by. Thank you, Baseball, for dropping by. It's been great to talk to you, because I feel like I haven't been able to talk to you in a while. So, hope you're doing well. And thank you, Neko Dave, for dropping by. Thank you, Fontano, for dropping by. Much appreciated, and it's always great talking to every single one of you. As I said, I'll be streaming Cold Steel 2 on Wednesday. I'm going to be speedrunning it for the runs in the third, or RTA in the sky the third, or something. Some speedrunning marathon for trails. So, yeah, if you guys are interested in watching me do that, then please feel free to drop by. I'd love to have you. Great to be entertained while I'm playing a game for the probably 12th time, maybe. But regardless, this is where I'm going to end the stream. So I hope you all have a very nice night, and will join me next time. Bye!